this town with the speakers loud and the radio playing old Sublime that we stole online, every verse we know. And we hadn't had a clue if we'd make it by noon or even where we'd go. We don't need a map, everywhere is home. We don't need a map, everywhere. The tank said E and we all agree that we're just too broke. Fill it back up, so we left your truck on the road with Rome. Then we found a motel with a cigarette smell, so we knew we're close. We don't need a map, everywhere is home. We don't need a map, everywhere is home. Is where I can find some peace of mind to make my own way. I don't know where I will end up, but I'll find it someday. Keep on searching, engine burning while we're turning it around. But don't get left behind on the road. But don't get left behind on the road. Don't get left behind on the road. Don't get left behind on the road. We play Tupac, Shellac, and we turn our music up when he raps about hope. We hold our thumbs high and hope someone is kind enough to give us all a ride. And we wouldn't have a clue if we'd make it back to or even where we'd go. We don't need a map, everywhere is home. A Ford stopped on the street, said where you trying to be. We said we don't really care, we'll know it when we're there. We took on down the road, he flipped on his radio. Santeria started slow, so we knew that we were close. Home is where I can find some peace of mind to make my own way. I don't know where I will end up, but I'll find it someday. Keep on searching, engine burning while we're turning it around. But don't get left behind on the road. 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 Home is where I can find some peace of mind to make my way.
Otherwise it's boring.
I don't know where I will end up, but I'll find it someday. Keep on searching, engine burning while we're turning it around.
There is some weird bug going on right now where this computer will literally
Don't
just
get left behind on
turn
the
off,
road.
and then you can't turn it back on until you unplug everything and completely hard reset absolutely
He's been
everything.
doing it more frequently, man.
Isn't it new?
No, it's a couple years old, but
He's been doing it a lot lately.
No, it's not the new one.
no, the MacBook's not doing it. This big, expensive gargantuan's doing it. I think it's a sleep thing.
See, I look at the MacBook because it's on the table. I was like, man, you've had that for like, you need to just get a different one. You need to just tell them, listen.
Yeah, luckily,
You can't go back there because there's another 3-hour wait for help.
oh yeah, they do have a
Fucking
do
hell,
have an
man.
issue with-
This is bullshit, man. It's crap.
If you don't get put on the, oh wait, you need that light, don't you? Old eyes.
No, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good, man. We've never had that on.
Didn't we?
No,
We have nothing on.
just these.
Yeah, all right. I mean, it looks better.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah. You see less of us.
It was like when we went there, it's like, so we literally saw the display of the MacBook and we're just like, I want one of these. No. He goes, first it took us a minute to find a guy who would even talk to us. And he's like, I can't help you.
Are you going to the Apple store to get this?
No, this
No,
was the Best Buy.
You have to get put on a wait list for
Yeah.
customer
He's
service.
like, I'm sorry. You need to be on the wait list for help.
Yeah. You can't just pick up and buy something. You have to talk to somebody.
Fuck that shit, man. Yeah, because commissions.
Well, anyway, here we are. MVZ podcast. Again, rolling with Dave again. Loving the three-way. You said it's not gay if it's three-way. Kind of is if it's still three
Dicks.
dicks.
Well, You know, there's a whole song that says not gave us in a 3-way.
How's it
Yeah,
go? Can
but
you sing
Lady
it for us?
Gaga's in it.
Yeah, it does. And then it later says that with the honey in the middle, there's the leeway or whatever.
Great.
You have honey probably in there. Just pour some honey.
That's the barrier.
We have a lot of honey.
Perfect.
You do have a lot of honey, actually. Yeah.
Yep. Nicole used to make a dish that required like half of a large jug of it.
Oh,
was
jeez.
Honey garlic chicken. But it required like 7 or 8 chicken breasts and
Oh, so
4 cups of rice. Like, it was made for an
all
army.
right. I was like,
I like to
it's a
imagine.
lot of honey, man, for 3 chicken breasts.
I'd like to imagine that it was just like her Arnold Palmer. It was like half that,
Right,
half
like-
tea.
Right,
Just
right.
like
You're like licking the chicken.
half honey, half tea.
Yeah, when she's sick, she just boils honey and just lets it coat her throat.
It's because you're sick, babe. That's what I'm making you.
So I can't believe to learn this, that you have not watched a single episode of Hot Ones.
That's crazy, bro. Really? How? Oh, Mr. YouTube's the 3rd biggest website, blah, blah, blah.
I didn't say that. He
Yeah,
did.
I said
but
it.
YouTube is big. Like, this pops up like automatically, I feel, on like the main pages.
I don't watch YouTube, man. Really, like ever. The only YouTube that I get to is Marshall watches like people play with stuff. I don't know. And then we watch Dude Perfect. I mean, I don't really watch YouTube. Every week I watch the Billboard Hot 100 with Bethany on YouTube.
Or you have one assignment. You got to watch at least one episode of Hot Wings. All right. Pick your favorite actor. He'll be on there.
Ted Lasso just did one.
Like, he'll be on there. Just whatever actor you want, tell you. They'll be on there. And then just watch it. It's good. You like spice? What if we did a Hot Wings? Hot
He bought the
Ones.
sauces.
What's what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
What if-
Me and Dave did the sauces.
we did the sauces when they first got here. But we're going to do them a little different if we do it on here. But was that something you would do?
Yeah.
The hot ones, whatever.
Can't be.
Can't be
Can't
worse than the chip, man. Can't be worse than
the chip was rough.
I had
The
to do that
chip
chip.
also is just gross. Just on top.
It doesn't
of-
help how ridiculously dry it is.
And like, I didn't like the flavor this last time. It was like Caribbean jerk
What's on
flavored.
the chip? What makes it so damn hot?
Like 19 different spices.
It
Like
was
Carolina Reapers and shit.
It is. It's a
it was-
ghost pepper, Szechuan.
and it had scorpion pepper. It had scorpion, and then which is the hottest one? Is it Reaper
I
now?
was gonna say, what is the hottest one? Is it Carolina Reaper or is it some?
I think it's Carolina Reaper. So
Ghost is less
yeah.
than Carolina
yeah,
Reaper.
so no,
right?
it's Reaper, which is the hottest one, and then they mix it.
Still
with,
the Reaper.
Yeah, they-
2.2 million Scovilles.
and they mix it though with scorpion, which is long lasting heat. So they mix it together so it's real hot, and then it doesn't go away.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Me and Mike did those, and there were some delicious ones. There was like really delicious, and then you get to some of them, you're like, it was just a lot of pain, and the flavor's not there. But it's all about the challenge, I guess. You know.
Yeah, it's still 4. Like number 4, clearly not very far into the rankings,
No.
but 4 is
Far
delicious.
the best. It is still the best
Is that that
sauce I've
chocolate
ever
one?
had.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Like I crave it and I'll put it on stuff
For
still.
real. Best sauce I've ever had. We'll have to get some like Publix wings just to throw it on there.
We'll have to buy 2 things of public wings. It's 10 per, so that's 30 wings, and there's
But
20
yeah,
to
so
pack.
so we dabbed it. What I was getting at is we dabbed it on there. So we like put on. I mean, I heavy handed, but still, we noticed on here. So they're
They're tossing
They're
them.
tossing them
Tossing
in
the
the
sauce.
mix. So we'd have to toss 3 chicken wings in each mix.
Because that will make a huge difference tossing versus
Yeah,
dabbing.
and we've noticed
far
like
as-
they're dry, so they're not wet. So they've been sitting a little minute to let it marinate with the sauce. If you notice that, so we'd have to do it kind of like that. This is the last one. It doesn't even.
The last dab.
Yeah, the last dab. It doesn't.
I
Even,
think it's around 2 million Scovilles.
Yeah, it probably is. Yeah, see.
The first sauce they did
But
was
see how like that's not wet. Like
the wing itself looks
the wing
dry.
itself looks dry, but the sauce is already on there. You know what I
They
mean?
just put sauce on there.
Well,
no.
that's for the last dab.
That's
That's
the
the
last
only
dab.
time they put one on.
Yeah, you put an extra one on the last one. But see how it's like dry other than the what you put on there?
Yeah.
That's like they let it marinate in there. That's what we'd have to do. And I told Mike if we did it, we'd have to make a rule like we have to finish each wing.
That's tough. That's tough.
That's tough.
I didn't agree to that yet. Especially because like that shark one. Think of
shark, dude.
how gross that.
It was that was like number 6. It was like the shark something. It was hard. The flavor was just not great. Yeah. So.
You guys getting excited for Prime Day?
That's like 11th and 12th, right? Or something like
Yep.
that. Yeah.
Didn't know it was happening.
I'm on Amazon every day.
Yeah, speaking of Prime, you know how like they used to let you buy the membership for the year? They don't do that anymore. Now they want you to pay like $16 a month,
Oh,
which equals out to more. It's like $180 something now for the year.
they got money to make, man.
I guess.
They're hurting, okay?
Yeah. Hurting all right.
All the local mom and pop stores are going to put them out of business.
Yeah, right. Jesus.
I don't have that problem. Like I've paid for it yearly. It auto renews.
Well, that's the thing. If
It's a new account thing.
Well, if you've canceled your or like subscription, yeah, and then restarted it, like I don't know, whatever, a month later or 2 months, yeah, it makes you do installments now, like a Netflix or some shit. Yeah,
Don't like that.
I don't like that either. I'd rather just pay for the year. That's what I always did. And then
I think it's $130.
yeah, but then I let it lapse or whatever. I'm like, I don't fucking use it a lot, so I stopped it. I think for like 2 months. I'm like, all right, I'll get it again. And I went and I looked and I looked and I looked where I normally went. Nah, not there. I know they were going to shut down without my $130 more, but you know.
They got spent all that money to produce like what, The Boys. Is that they're one of the big dogs?
The Boys is big for them, yeah.
I still gotta watch all that
Prime
because
Video. I haven't seen that either. I heard it's good.
I've seen it all.
The Boys.
how good of a
Like
villain
the
is
superhero. It's like it's a superhero, but they're like assholes or something.
in
right?
real life. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got Eric Kripke, who did Supernatural at the beginning.
Yeah,
Supernatural was really good.
Yeah, he's good.
And then he left.
Yeah.
And Supernatural
And
continued for another 10 years.
Yeah, for real.
Just doing stuff.
Yeah.
And then Seth Rogen's in there for the comedy part. It's good.
Wait. What?
It's Seth Rogen and Eric Kripke are the directors.
Oh.
Yeah,
The
no,
directors. I was like,
Seth was
wait.
not in it. Yeah,
No, he writes the comedy.
yeah,
Okay, so
and it's like what 5 seasons I think now, isn't it? 4, something like that.
I think they just finished 3.
Yeah, it was like
Alright.
3 or 4.
All right.
But it
It's
started
good.
out with full seasons of like no
really-
short 4 runs or
It's
nothing.
really, really
Are they
good.
hour long or half an hour? Okay.
They're really good.
Yeah, we could start.
How good of a villain is Highlander?
Homelander,
That's it.
fantastic.
He's like the main dick guy. And
He's Superman if Superman were to exist in real life, like with no one to check him.
Yeah.
Because he like constantly brings that up. He's like even to other superheroes, he's just like,
What are you
what are
gonna-
you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
Like he's just like they're like, oh, I'm gonna stop you. He's like, or what?
Right. Well, that's true. Well, yeah, because I think there's like they're like a kind of like an Aquaman, but
Like
he's like non-Aquaman.
Yeah, there's him though too. But yeah, what I like about Homelander is like all he cares about is like people loving him, you know, like he
Yeah.
wants to be loved by like society. And at one point, like one of them, someone's like trying to blackmail him, basically being like, I'm gonna, show you that you're a jerk, basically. to
Who's that?
society.
Which one?
The Homelander. Guy.
Homelander. They're saying, I'm gonna show you're a jerk to society, and he goes, go ahead. And then I'll have no reason to cover it up anymore. I guess I'll have no reason to act like I'm a good person. like basically like nothing
Yeah.
would be stopped. He basically is like nothing would be stopping me from just ripping you to shreds and just being a monster and killing everyone because if everyone hates me, what's the point?
As well as you don't want to do this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, you're right. You can make everyone hate me, but then
Why didn't you just kill the guy? Doesn't he kill people?
can't kill
He
him.
kills a lot of people.
That's what I thought. Then he like wipes. You're like, oh, I hate you.
I've seen a few episodes.
What about Homelander?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He kills lots of humans.
he has coworkers still. And like he
Coworkers.
no, seriously, like the plot is like about like they have like
It's like the
this-
Justice League.
They have like the 7, yeah. So like he can't like kill like one of it. Like he could, but like
These guys are off
He doesn't
limits.
want to.
yeah, he wants to look like the goody two shoes.
I got you.
He's supposed to be
Kind of like
control.
Invincible. Until he turns. Have you seen Invincible?
Bruce Willis.
Like the Mark Wahlberg.
No. The cartoon.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Mark Wahlberg. I'm like, what the fuck? Are you talking
Yeah,
about?
I'm confused.
Right? I was like, what
I was
the fuck?
combining two
No,
things.
I've never seen that.
I was combining so like the Mark Wahlberg's Invincible and the
That's
one,
what I thought you were talking about.
Unbreakable?
Unbreakable.
Unbreakable.
Yeah. Bruce Willis.
Because I think my brain went to the Mark Wahlberg thing right
Yeah.
away, and I'm like,
That's what I did. I'm
in
like,
my head,
that's
I was
about
like-
football, isn't it?
I was like,
Yeah.
that's not right.
No, yeah.
So I was like, it must be I must have it wrong. It must be the Bruce Willis one.
yeah.
Yeah, I've not seen the cartoon.
They made 3 movies of that, didn't they? Unbreakable, Split,
And Glass.
Glass. And that's the order, isn't it? Have you seen them all? Who's seen them all? Anybody?
Yeah.
I mean, are they? I haven't seen
I didn't-
Glass.
It's very dark.
No. Good ending or not worth it?
Wouldn't you have something as good as Unbreakable? It truly was. It's kind of
Split irked me. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah.
I didn't like the
It's
ending.
very
To
dark.
be honest, isn't like Unbreakable, like the gap between Unbreakable and Split, it's like a huge gap, man, isn't it?
Oh, I think
it
Unbreakable
was like 12
back-
years.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So my shit, man, that was like back in. I remember watching Unbreakable when I was younger.
So Invincible is a card. There was only I think 8 episodes, but they're all like 40 minutes. About a young kid who becomes a superhero. His dad is Superman. Finds out dad's not as. And
Is he
there is like a whole episode of his dad just beating the shit out of him. It's a hard watch.
Yeah.
Like there's parts I had to like.
Did you say it was a cartoon?
It is a cartoon, but it's very graphic.
Okay.
And it's very good. Grace Boyd acting. What's his name? J.K. Simmons is the voice of the dad.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dang, okay. He's got way more gray hair, I feel.
Well,
Like in real life, I guess.
he's in
I
his
guess
mid
they dyed
50s.
him well, I guess so. Yeah, he's got the salt and pepper going
Yeah.
on for sure.
So, I haven't watched season 3 of Ted Lasso yet, just because like I know how much you kept warning me that it seems like it's got some dark parts. Like I don't want to watch that yet.
I watched it all.
I know you did. Is there going to be a 4th season?
Not with Ted.
There is some discussions about how much money Apple is willing to throw at it.
Well, the rumor is that they're going to move on with
Like Roy Kent.
So they focus the 3rd season on, like, it starts with Krem, reporter, is
Krim doing his book.
doing the book on like the Lasso way, and then like at the end, Ted's basically like, it was never about me, blah blah blah. So he crosses it out, and it's called the Richmond way. So they're definitely kind of leaving it open, like maybe it's Coach and Roy Kent, you know. Maybe the show will focus on Roy Kent as the manager and Coach is there and Nate, and like, you know, they still have all the other, they can do everyone else, just not Sudeikis.
It's blacking out. Like the camera's like struggling to light up enough.
Maybe they just won't do Sudeikis. I think they'll try it. They have to.
I hear they're willing to throw like life-changing money at Sudeikis.
What's life changing to a celebrity? How many times have you heard they turned down a role for like $12 million or?
It's a role that he's already partially responsible for creating, so it's not like he's created the whole icon of it. So it's not like he's taking a shit role for money. He's extending.
What was he getting paid? Am I know?
I think probably like 15.
I mean, that's not fucking bad. I mean, how many seasons is it? 3,
$15
right?
million for a year?
For a season?
That's like, there's only 10 episodes, right?
Man, I mean, it's not
I mean, $1.5 million episodes
right.
is a
That's
lot
not.
of money.
I was gonna say that's not terrible, but I mean, no. Let's see if that's right. You look it up
That's a good chunk of
because
money.
that's 45 right there. I mean, he doesn't really, unless they're gonna offer him literally double, like 30.
400,000 per episode.
Oh, so times. Oh, so 4.
That's not even.
For 10 episodes.
Like
It's $4
the
million
Friends characters all made $1 million apiece
per episode.
The last
at the
season.
at the end, yeah.
But still, like that's $6 million are wrapped up in 6. You know.
But they all banded together. That was like a whole thing, man. Back.
But I
in
mean, that
them
was
days.
the 90s,
I know.
early 2000s.
Well, it's true.
2007, I think.
But still,
that's a lot
that's
different than 2023.
Yeah, that's like 15 years ago. You know, he's saying like,
Well, they went in as they're like the only cast that ever went in as a whole. Like, we're the 7. You need all of us. We're going to negotiate together.
That's what they did.
Well, I know,
They
but I'm
all-
talking about even for him as a lead actor. Like the most ever, I believe, for an actor was $2.5 million. It was at least for a long time. Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, he was making like $2 million a
He was
year.
making like $2 million an episode.
Yeah.
Because he was the show, and then they tried it without him because they had
I'm being honest. I mean,
He forced their hand a
who,
little bit.
Who gives a shit if he was banging whatever? I mean, I don't know.
Well,
That's
he had a
whole other-
full-on breakdown.
Yeah, he lost control.
They all kind of have a breakdown. Man, who gives a shit, really?
Well, to see that it was only 300,000, but actually, all of the lead cast was making that, so it looks like
So if he
it
was
was
making,
like a group effort. And
so if he was, if he was, oh God, so good. If he was making $4 million per season, so let's say what they offer him like 20.
They'd probably double it. I would say.
I was gonna say I don't know if they're gonna.
Especially considering that's almost a million episode.
For it to be
Life-changing,
it has to be
double digits.
And then he's
in
probably
an
going to get
episode.
points on it.
It's gonna be like double digits.
So like
syndicate
subscriber
rates?
growth,
What about, like,
and then
syndicate rates?
subscriber growth, and then replays.
Because that's like the Friends, they get syndicate rights too, so they make like buku
Seinfeld
shit.
got $1 billion from Netflix.
Well, that's like Friends. They're like Nick and Night and all that shit. Well, they're on like almost every damn channel. You know, and they
If
all
you get if you negotiate syndication rights.
that in itself.
Speaking of, you were talking about the Bobby Bonilla having the best contract in sports, and then I had to bring up the.
And I read it a few times. That it's crazy that they ended up with
They bought him out at 2007. Do you see that?
I did.
For what was it, like
$550 million
just be like, can we quit paying you,
after
please?
making $300 million.
I know.
So it's crazy. So Bobby Bonilla Day is every July 3rd. He gets his annual contract from the New York Mets, which is only like
It's $1 million.
yeah,
It's $1 million.
but he got it for like 25 years.
no more. He gets it to like 2040 something.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's
it was like a
obscene.
40-year thing. They stretched it out.
And he only played like 2 more years or 3 more years.
Yeah, the stupid part is like now that they're owned by,
The group.
no, they're owned by Steve Cohen, who's like stupid rich. You think he would just give him the remaining sum and be like, I'm done with that whole thing?
But like they call that like one of the best contracts in sports. And he tells me about this Silness brothers who got their money, enough money that they want to buy an NBA team.
The ABA was closing. That's what happened. The ABA was trying to form a merger with the NBA, and they had to get everyone to agree. Like all the teams that were going to fold had to agree, basically saying that they were going to take a deal or whatever. Like they gave one team like $300,000 to be like, dissolve. Basically, you're not going to go to the NBA. You're done. And
One actually folded because of lack of money.
Yeah.
So that's why it went from 8 teams to 7.
yeah, and it was like what 70s when this happened. And
There were
so,
7, 3 took the buyout.
Yeah, but I was saying this is 1970s. So like $300,000 is a lot of money. So like they give them that to like just basically be like,
You're
sorry,
done.
you're done. Like we're taking the Spurs, we're taking the Pacers. I forget who the Philly,
The Hornets and the
Sixers.
76ers.
76ers. Well, the St. Louis Spirits were like, we're not folding. And so they negotiated, and I don't remember the exact numbers, but they negotiated to get a percentage of all NBA televised.
So yeah, so the 7 teams that
Like
stayed.
all the money they made from television deals, the NBA, all of the NBA, not just like the Spurs and the ABA, or it was only the ABA teams, right?
Right. So
all
there's
the money that the ABA's teams made, the Spurs, Pacers, what were the other two? Sixers and
Hornets.
Any money that the NBA got from television deals, the owners of the Spirits got a percentage of. In perpetuity. So forever. So from the 70s or whatever to 2007, they had made $300 million. And the NBA finally made a deal with them in 2007. Like, if we just write you a check, like to stop, what would it take? And they wrote them a $550 million check to just stop giving them money.
They got 4/7.
So the NBA got fleeced.
4/7 of 15% of annual TV deal that the NBA gets of those 14. Like of those 4 teams, they get 4/7.
That is one of the best financial deals I've ever heard. For nothing, too. Like, they didn't have to do anything on that.
Nope, they bought the team expecting to be merged into the NBA. Never owned the team for a single game. And one team folded and went bankrupt before the end of the season.
Almost $1 billion they got.
Just because they wanted in. I think they only spent like $580,000 for the team.
I know. You think about you think about 300.
Think about the return on that. Holy
You think
shit.
about the 300 million or 330 that they made or whatever it was,
$330 million.
that they made from the 70s to 2007. That was a different type of money than $330 million is now, too. Like, it's smart of the NBA to pay them because they were just going to pay
It's
that
gone
family.
up a lot. So in the last 10 years, it leveled, skyrocketed in the 80s with the Michael Jordan deals. And then it really leveled off until the last few years because streaming rights. So people are paying more money for YouTube TV, NBA League
Imagine if they were
Pass.
still paying them.
I think they're making now about $45 million a year.
Well, no, they're not making anything now.
Well, they would have been.
Oh, yeah.
So like the payout really paid off.
It's
like
still smart for
within
them
like
to
8
take
years.
the payout, though, because they were like in their 70s, and they're just like, give me the chunk of money. And they can invest in other things.
What do they need to invest?
And plus $550 million is fine. I'll take that.
I guess so.
Yeah, that's like the craziest thing. Gosh, that's such an like they. I'm sure that the other teams that took like that $300,000 are like, ugh, fuck.
All right, dude, no jokes. So, like, we're talking about this big fucking amounts of money, right? Like, to us, that's like, oh my God, that's crazy. If somebody gave you $100 million, like, what would you even do with it? Like, where would you put it? How would you know?
In a bank. What do you mean?
In one bank?
With that,
My mattress.
with that kind of money?
That's what I mean. It's like that kind of money is almost scary. Like, what do you do?
I'd get it in singles and put it in my mattress. Keep it safe.
In your mattress, buddy? Like, that's like a whole house.
First off, what you do immediately, you don't have the money. You convert yourself into an LLC.
Yeah. Well,
You are no longer an individual. You are an entity,
and it's
a
like a
business,
whole army,
a corporation.
You gotta get an attorney.
That way you can't have to worry
accountant.
about, no one can sue you for it. You become an LLC. You can't lose that money then. You put that money to
In reality,
large money, like
the very first thing I would do is I'd find a financial advisor.
right.
I'd be
but
interviewing
nowhere
financial
close.
advisors.
Major cities that are used to $1 billion accounts, not some like
Nowhere close.
Inglewood.
Oh, I thought you. I was
The
like, Miami.
agent.
Not
In my head, I was like,
Inglewood,
Miami's
not
like
Inglewood
3 hours
Community
away,
Bank
man.
over here.
But
He's
yeah, like
saying-
you're not going to this guy, the AIG sub branch in Inglewood.
No, I'd be interviewing like financial advisors in Miami, in Orlando.
I want LeBron's financial advisor. I don't need to be your main guy, but you're used to handling that kind of Tiger Woods, Bill Gates advisor.
Right, but I'm saying, okay, look, what are you doing with the money in the meantime?
Nothing.
Where did you put the money?
It takes about 2 weeks.
I'm saying if somebody gave you
to
$100
set this
million
up.
cash, where would you put the money while you're doing all
cash
this?
in a bank immediately?
I'm ratcheting it to my body and wait. I'm not going to shower. I'm going to walk in like leather bags around my body.
No, I'm immediately opening like multiple bank accounts. I'm putting money in like every bank.
Well, that's
$100
what-
million. Each FDIC account
that's
is
what I mean.
$200,000.
That's what I mean. It's like that's what I'm
They'll
saying.
let you put in it.
That's
That's
what
the
I'm
only
saying.
month that's insured.
Is insured, which means if that bank folds,
$5
you
per
just
million.
lost a shit ton of money.
But no,
You're
if you
gonna
put it- if you put
open
it in PNC
a couple
or
hundred
Chase,
bank
though,
accounts.
like, and it takes 2 weeks. They're not folding in the next 2 weeks.
No, but if it goes in your
got-
account and they collapse in that
Yeah,
week,
you gotta put that
it's
shit in like
gone.
New York banks, Swedish banks,
won't.
that kind of crap. You know, it's like, God damn, man. That's what I always wondered. Like, you know, when like, oh God, that person just won $560 million in the lotto.
you just put it in long-term, low-yield accounts. You live off interest. That's all you do.
You could live off the interest on $10 million.
Here's what
You don't need. What are you gonna do with
Yeah,
the other
as long
$500
as you
million?
don't
No, this
Splurge.
is easy. DraftKings Sportsbook, 18-leg parlay, all your money,
I'm going to be Bill Gates next.
all dogs.
No, in all honesty, it's like, you know, that's like maybe that's a time, you know, a topic for another session. But so it's like when people, you know, when the lotto's like, oh, it's $1 billion, and the person won $600 million. That money to me is almost intimidating because what do you do with it all?
Well, the good thing is by the time
Anonymous-
by the time they give it to you, you
Oh, so
you'd have it set
300.
up.
Yeah, like it's chump change then. Yeah, it goes from 6 to 3.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying by the time they give it to you, like if it's $1 billion, you get $600 million. By the time they're not gonna like, it's not like you take it to freaking 7-Eleven and they're gonna just like bring in the
Well,
Brinks
no, yeah,
truck.
you go to,
Like it's gonna be a
You go
lot.
to
They're
Fort
gonna cut.
Myers
They're
if
gonna
you
cut
go
you a
to-
check. Yeah, they're gonna cut you a check.
it's literally a check. Anything
Right.
over $1,000 is
So
a
you
check
just got a
Yeah.
$600 million
At the lottery
check.
office.
Where are you going? Where are you going now?
Here's the thing that it's yours. Like if you
Yeah.
lose that check,
You actually get to put it in your bank account. Like you don't take an active endorsed check.
In
yeah.
one
it'll
bank
be
account,
it'll be like
$600
it'll be
million.
like an ACH. But like by the time it hits, you could have your financial advisor thing set up. 'Cause here's the thing, I
Scary.
see my
It's
numbers.
scary, bro.
I see
now
my
you're
numbers
asking this
hit.
question and you're real serious about it. It makes me think, did you win some money that and anonymously?
No.
Dude,
It's
if
like,
you win, I get $5.
for real. No, you know, like I always, you know,
I have
because everyone's
that
like, oh my
deal.
God, if I won the lottery, I'd buy a mansion, I'd buy this, I'd buy this, I'd buy this. I'm always like, well, let's be honest. If you won $200 million, right? Now I'm saying that's take home after you paid the fucking taxes. You're walking away with that amount. We all know, yeah, you got to like put yourself in a corporation. You got to
Debts
put
are
it
gone.
in a trust or whatever. You need a financial advisor, all that shit. But what do you do with it? Because let's be honest, unless you're buying Cartier diamonds every day,
Oh, I'm
like,
not spending.
you
it
could
ever.
spend $5 million on a house, pay everything you need off and everything. What are you
Do
doing?
I even want to though? Because I don't want all my friends to know. Like all my friends are gone
Well,
at that
but
point.
the thing is, but you have to move. I mean, you can't have that kind of, like you said, you can't have that. You can't have $200 million in Inglewood.
I would move.
Well, I mean, here's what I probably don't want to leave.
I mean, like my neighbors would never know. How would they know?
I am going to buy probably. I would
You
actually
say that, but if you got $200 million in the bank, you're gonna stick around with the same car.
If I'm being honest,
Not
I'm
gonna buy a
probably
boat,
buying
jet
everybody
skis?
out of the block. I'm taking that lady there. Hey, here's $1 million. Get the fuck out. I'm tearing that house down. Mary, hey, $2 million. Get the fuck out. I'm buying up the block, destroying everything, and this is going to be fantasy land.
See, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm wondering. I'm thinking to myself. So if you got $200 million, let's say you spent $50 million of that and bought everything you ever wanted. What are you doing with the rest of the money?
Hopefully you're happy.
What's what I'm saying? In $50 million, you could buy the nicest house you ever wanted. You could buy everybody, like money to your friends. I'm saying you helped your family. You did all your shit.
My problem is I'm too content. I'm too content with my life currently that my life wouldn't change.
Yeah,
that
you're like,
much.
no,
You say
thanks.
that.
You're like,
You
no,
say
that's
that.
what I said. But a $200 million check
No,
might change that.
My life would change that I wouldn't work anymore.
Well, no, with that kind of money, you don't have to. Now, if you only won like $2 million, you still have to work.
I have a personal trainer living in a shed over there.
A
like
chef, right,
Hey
all
man,
that
we're working out. Come on, work me. You're gonna, I'm so rich. You work out for me. Stretch. We're gonna be limber.
So
That's the thing. Is
that's
like,
what I'm saying. You took $50 million.
I
bought
would
everything
probably
you
have a
want.
chef. I probably would have a
like,
live-in
things-
chef.
But things would be different for me, but not in the way you'd think. Like I would travel more. But I wouldn't
On your private jet?
I wouldn't buy a private jet.
I didn't say buy
would-
it. You can rent them, $130,000 each pop.
Yeah, like I said, I probably wouldn't do that.
No, you're gonna fly.
Actually, if you want to talk about to like
Commercial?
reinvest your money, what you do you do buy a private jet and you lease it out.
Yeah.
Especially because we live in a very rich area and there's a private airport right there.
Same thing with it. I mean, I
You
would
buy a
never, I would never
PJ.
buy a yacht, but
You buy a PJ that's got roughly 5 to 8 seats and you lease it out continuously
Well, I don't
because
really-
Boca Grande has 15 billionaires that live on it right now.
yeah.
Like I don't have an interest in like
I'm
trying
not,
to buy a big, huge house.
No,
or
that's what I
fancy
mean.
dance.
That's what I mean.
dance
The money
cars.
can either go to
This
your
will
head.
probably be a 3-story house when it's all said and done.
Well, I'm not going to spend $20 million on a house, but yeah, I'd like to spend maybe $2 million on a house. I mean, if I have $200 million, I feel $2 million is not be like, balling out. You know what
No,
I'm trying
it's
to say?
definitely not.
Would you
That's
move? You see where we live. We live pretty close to paradise.
Yeah.
Would you buy a house on the beach?
Well, when you take
Yeah,
this way,
that's what ended up happening.
when you go Placida, those big ass nice houses right there on the beach, those are nice enough. Like where they're like, what I'm saying? On the left
that's the
hand
thing.
side.
Yeah, I do know.
They're nice. I mean, they're big
That's what
too.
ended up happening is like in Inglewood over there where you go past
Off-
Inglewood Beach.
Off Dolphin.
Like you just keep going.
I was there today, and I was in an $8 million house.
Those houses are fancy smancy pants. Like I said, that's what ended up
North
happening.
Minnesota Key
That's
is
what happened.
really expensive.
That's what would happen though. Is Bethany would end up wanting to move somewhere like that, and I'd be like, whatever. It's not. That's not
Well, that's what
money
I
to
mean.
us.
Like
It's
that
not
kind of
tough,
But if
money.
it was me, like just me,
Yeah.
and like Bethany for some reason didn't, my life wouldn't change as much as the average person's.
I still feel like you say that.
I'd probably have multiple properties if I'm being honest. So
Well,
I can
yeah.
go skiing in Vail.
No, like my life would change in the fact that I wouldn't work, and I said I would go see a bunch of stuff. Like I
Yeah,
do a
like
lot
that
of
kind of money,
traveling.
you can just chill.
But I wouldn't. I have no interest in buying like a mansion. I have no interest in buying.
What's a
like,
mansion?
Here's the thing.
Anything. Like I have no interest in buying in like.
I don't need like a
seven.
seven.
I don't want
wanna-
17 rooms.
Right.
No, yeah, like 6
Well,
bedroom
like,
maybe.
You see like a lot of these like people buy like these $100 million houses,
No, no,
$20 million
no, no,
houses.
no.
I have no interest in that.
No,
I feel like if my house has another room and another 500 square feet, it's borderline.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I think 5-6
A
bedrooms
mansion,
is enough.
a mansion technically has nothing to do with size. It has to do with the accompaniment of the house,
Yeah, like
like having like the foyer.
I mean,
you push a
I will
button
have
and a
a
bar,
ga-
I've
bar
never had
comes
a
out on the
guest house
floor.
in like a month.
But yeah, like,
Is that a mini mansion then?
I don't know. Probably not. I mean, I think there's just like a.
See, now you're making it like, what else do I have to do?
I don't know what you have to do. I'm just saying. I think mansions are
It's a
typically
pool
like
house.
just
I will
fancy
essentially have a
smants.
pool house.
Yeah,
There's a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They had a mansion.
it's just it's so.
Do I need to put some pillars out for? I
think
have
it's
pillars.
I
I
think
already
it's
have the pillars.
I think it's arbitrary, but yeah, like I said, for me, I have no interest in buying like a multi-million-dollar home. I have no interest in buying a Lamborghini or.
So like I
Ferrari
said, so
or
if you can
anything
get everything
like
you
that.
ever
I would
wanted,
have a couple hot rods actually.
you could get everything you ever wanted for $50 million. What would you do with the other $150
Well, that's the funny
million?
thing is, if you want a Ferrari, you're not denting your money. Like $200,000 for a car, you're not denting $200 million.
All right, let's say this. Let's say you have $50 million. You bought everything you need, stocked up everything. You gave $50 million of it to your friends, your family. They paid everything they need off. You have $100 million left. Where are you putting that money? What are you doing with that $100 million?
Now it's parlay time for real.
I'm probably every single NFL Sunday, I'm throwing a couple grand in just the parlays and enjoying my Sundays.
But where are you keeping the $100 million?
Well, when you have a financial advisor, they diversify your funds
they
into
do that for you.
long-term investments that are.
And that's what I would do. I'd hire someone to.
So let's see.
I would hire someone. That's the good part. You don't have to know. You hire.
Well, you kind of got to know because how many investors steal from all the people they
Well, people who invest in small markets. Well, you go to a major firm.
Yeah, firm, and then you just basically they protect your money, like you said, and then just like I don't have to sweat that I'm going to lose my money at this point. Like,
Yeah.
So
like you said,
crops, oranges, fuel,
dude, I
water
would get an
reserves.
Astro van tomorrow. It's mine. Bethany can suck it.
If you think about it, you put $20 million in a what? Earning
Dude,
5%?
Dude, I go to an Astro van, I find Exhibit, and I'm like, listen here,
We're
buddy,
going to West
you're
Coast
pimping
Condoms.
this ride.
They'd be like, whatever, you're poor. I'm like, okay.
See, like you say, you don't watch YouTube. I go down YouTube rabbit holes, and I have seen some cars that were left over from West Coast Customs.
I've been on YouTube for 9 hours.
Hey,
What
do
the
any
fuck?
of you guys know the name of this trick?
What?
Because he's an amateur magician. So Jason Sudeikis, he loves to do card tricks. I don't know the name of this trick, and I don't know how to learn it because I don't know the name of it.
Probably just Google it. Like,
What's the name of it?
Sudeikis magic trick.
Just look through the comment section,
Yeah,
bro.
just Google it.
I did, actually. I went through about 1,000
He's like, that's why I was on there for 9 hours.
That was a badass trick I made you watch. Took a bite off a card, and it was in a
was in a
already
pepper.
existing ghost pepper.
Ghost
it was
pepper.
crazy.
Or Carolina Reaper, wherever the hell
Reaper.
it was. Yeah.
So anyway, it looks like... So I'm not giving $50 million to friends, family. I don't know enough people that they can use $50 million and use it responsibly. I don't. I just don't.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
you'll be debt free. You don't need $50 million.
No, I don't need 50 million. I mean, a couple would be nice.
All of my friends combined wouldn't take up $50 million to pay off their debts. I come from such a low income area.
Oh, me too, man. Yeah.
I'm not going to give away more money than it would take to pay off my debts.
I would buy
So,
my
like,
mom like a $200,000 house in Pendleton, just completely paid off. Like, I got your utilities, just stop.
Hey, just in this room, in all honesty, would you give enough money to your family so they all could be debt free and not have to work?
Which family? How far down the line?
No,
Like Bethany?
not like oh my
Like
cousins,
Bethany?
cousins. No, your immediate like your mom, your
but
dad, your brother,
you know,
your sister.
even my half sister.
Yeah, I'm talking
Nicole,
that.
her
I'm literally
parents-
talking that circle. That's it.
Yeah, her
and
parents-
maybe like your two best friends. That's it.
I'd probably even go past two best friends.
Dude, I would find
But like second cousin? Nope.
No, I don't mean that.
Yeah.
Like let's say like
I would
your
give it
closest,
to more friends than I would to family.
So if you had
'Cause they're friends
five,
with me by choice,
if you
not
had
just 'cause you're
five
blood.
family and friends, how much would you give them each? You have $150 million left over.
Probably less. It's less than seven figures.
I'd be a gross person in that bag.
You're probably getting like
I'd be like-
300,000 at most. All
I'd
of
be
you,
like,
because
Mike.
like, dude, you came from Rockford, Illinois. Your house costs 40 grand. If I give you $500,000, you can't have fucking debt, dude.
I'd be a garbage person because I'm like, Mike, you need to take off work. That you just need to not work right now. You need to go on this month thing with me. And he'd be like, no. I'd be like, $500,000 says you're leaving with me now. Mike's like,
I'm on board for that.
I'll fucking take a bribe.
But as long as you were friends with me when I was poor,
Yeah.
I will take better care of you.
Yeah.
But if all of a sudden, like, I got a cousin, like, hey, we
that's
have the
another
same
thing.
uncle, cousin Bob.
Yeah.
Hey, go fuck yourself. I saw you at family reunion when I was 12. I don't know you. Like, you're not getting
Well, that's
shit.
like another thing. Remember when they're like, well, in the lotto and shit, like people know their names, so like all these fucking randos like come out of the woodworks and be like, hey, my kid's sick and all this shit. I need this much money and all. I feel like you'd have to move. Like you'd have to like get away.
Well, if we're being honest, I'm not accepting a lotto. It's going anonymous. You don't in Florida. You don't have to give your name.
Oh, that's good.
You can be blacklisted for like 2 years before that name's released. So someone had to search me specifically in the lotto database.
Yeah.
So we're straight. My money is not going to be discovered.
see, my life would be different in small ways, I guess. Like I would have like season tickets to Pittsburgh. Like I'd go get.
So
box
you
seats.
clearly actually do need a PJ then.
A PJ.
A jet.
Private jet.
Jet.
If you're,
It's
you're
like
gonna,
a
you're,
2-hour
you're just
flight.
What do you mean no, bro?
a 2-hour flight, but an hour drive, at least, with a bunch of people. So you're just gonna pay for a first class ticket
Every
every
time.
year,
And right,
17 to 20
this is gonna sound
times.
hard. And you're gonna ride with the Cretans and all that shit.
I don't know.
When you
Then
have
to say,
when-
hey, I'm gonna be there in
honestly,
20
when you
minutes. Have my
that
plane
kind
ready.
of money, you also have to think of the risks it takes of people who might watch you board a first class flight and follow you. There's so many. If you just have a PJ, you just drive 20 minutes to my house to that airfield.
Yeah.
And you fly there and you get on your own private runway there and back
Yeah.
with your family, knowing everybody's safe. Your car's waiting for you when you get there. You're going
And I
straight
know-
to the.
See, this is how
I'm already selling you. You're like, you know what? You might
Well, I'm
have.
saying,
Listen,
I'm
I know
saying here's
100
how my life would change would be as people sweet talk me, like even like advisors and stuff. Like it's not gonna be safe for you to do this. Like if you talk about like my kid's safety, that will change me more than like.
I mean, that's
like-
truly what I'm thinking of.
Right, but like for me, like other than that, like I wouldn't want a private jet to have a private jet. Like that wouldn't be something. But if it were like had it actually do, like if it was actually unsafe, that's a different thing.
You have to think, people watch people who take first class flights with a 4-year-old kid. Like, well, we found his weakness because Marshall's flying first class with you. So you're first class 20 times a year. You're looking at $100,000. Encountering 20 people per flight there and back, 40 each way, 20 times a year.
Okay, so
The amount of encounters you would have with people who can watch you get on and off a flight drastically increases.
So let me ask you this about the jet. So there's two options. You pay $140,000 each time you want to use the jet for rent, right? Or would you rather pay $17 million to buy the jet?
You don't even do that. Ken Griffey Jr.'s jet, which he was just on the Pivot podcast, $3.5 million was the cost
Whatever.
of his jet.
Exactly. I
And
don't
it is
know
a 4-passenger plus pilot.
So we'll double that. So say $7 million for a 8-seater, 6-seater, whatever. Would you rather pay the $8 million and you own the jet, or would you rather pay
I'm assuming
$140,000
jet fuel's expensive as well.
He said it's $500
and
from Miami, Florida to New York.
and you got to pay for like maintenance of the jet, hangar, all that shit. But would you rather pay $140,000 each time you want to use the jet, or would you rather just buy the jet right out?
I would probably own it and lease it.
I was gonna say, this is both- this is both of you.
I mean, if you try to think fiscally,
I don't even play
as
the
it breaks
lottery.
down and you
He's like, I don't really give a shit about all this. I don't even play that shit.
I'm saying I don't play the lottery. It's like we're like going deep down this rabbit hole that like is never gonna happen to me.
Got it.
I'm never gonna find that much
fun
money.
to think about.
Right?
Fun to think about.
Right? I don't know. All right.
Yeah, in a way, I like the idea of not working anymore a lot.
That sounds
Well, you have a rough job.
Well, yeah. That's what I said.
And it was extra rough today, so I'm just like, nah. It was a long day, man. Nothing overly bad happened. It was just a long day.
I'm just switching it to something else.
You know, sometimes like I leave work and it's like something terrible happened. Is why it's a bad day. Today was just tired from it, basically.
That's a great title. Vines to watch while eating instant noodles.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Jackson ready for bed? Okay. Oh. Say hello. Hello.
Whoa.
Oh, Jackson. 3 seconds and causes destruction. Can I get a towel? Why would you push that? No touch now. Good throw. Do you give love? No touchy now. You already pushed it and knocked over the drink. No touchy. Hey, no touch.
He's like, maybe just a little touch.
Maybe just a little bit.
I love you.
Just the tip.
Oh, goodness. Kids and their destructive nature. Immediate.
Good night. Night, night.
Nicole, if you won a lotto, how much would it take for you to be happy?
Oh God. Oh God.
You mean like retire comfortably and never work again?
Yeah.
After taxes or like the winnings that you win?
Either. It doesn't matter.
Careful.
So
Watch
they're
your
gonna
head.
take, what, 40%
Careful.
gift tax?
Watch your head.
So like the amount that I'd have to walk away with would have to be like at least 10 million, I feel like.
You had said it way lower than I thought.
I mean,
That bar is so low right now.
5 million.
You got his head.
It'd be okay.
Is he all right?
Okay.
Yeah.
You silly goose. You silly. How you react as a parent is so important. You laugh and go silly. They're like, yeah, I am silly.
Bye. See ya.
That's my funniest thing about that kids these. If you laugh and go, ha, you silly goose. So our kid is funny. And if you're like,
Yeah.
you'll cry.
If it's a big deal to you, it's a big deal to him. Right?
10 million.
Yeah.
And you like $5 million. Like I could be fine with the house with $5 million and like whatever car and whatnot. Like I feel like you could live pretty debt free, and like the other $5 million, like you'd have to invest and like live off your dividends kind of thing.
She says that a lot, considering how much she likes to buy shit.
I mean, I
Yeah.
love to buy things, yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like you could probably not work like off 10 mil, probably. Hopefully. I mean, more is better, sure. I mean, would I turn down a $50 million one? No. But I mean,
We were going all the way. We were trying to discuss like enough money to make yours like super good. Like he wants to buy Steelers season tickets, and I was like, well, you know what? If you have that kind of money, you're flying first class, and if you're flying first class, why wouldn't you just spend $3 million for a jet and then lease it out and then use it when you need it? And that way you don't have to worry about people watching you and your family get on a first class ticket every week, putting you and your family at risk. Because someone's going to watch you one day get on there with your little boy and be like, we're looking at a ransom note.
And then he's like, "This is all bullshit. It's
And
never
now
gonna
he's like, you know
happen.
what?
Let's
As
stop
soon as
talking
you-
about it."
As soon as you start talking about family safety, you kind of got me.
Yeah. He's like, "Fuck this topic."
jet.
Yeah.
Jet looks good.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know, today I'm quite disenchanted with my job, so I could maybe like.
Just today.
I don't hate my job, honestly.
Here's the thing. You don't need to make enough that you don't have to work. Mike has to work. You just need to hit that number where you get enough to where you worry about your income.
Well, I mean, an accumulation of
See?
all of our debts is less than $1 million. So if we had $5 million in cash and completely liquidated everything, like we have a lot of money. I'm not too worried about it.
That's what I feel like. I mean, I honestly.
Even college debts, home debt, all credit cards, we're legit.
I went to Casey Key, right? Okay, so I turned right after the bridge instead of left. I've never turned right.
Yeah. That's how the other side lives.
There's not a full sentence to say.
I mean, I was in
Very
an $8
true.
million house in Inglewood.
It's okay. So like, I'm not really gonna buy an $8 million house in Inglewood. Like, I'm just not. But like, in all reality, like, I would probably like adapt to a different. Like, I'd probably leave the states. Like, if I had
Told you.
fuck you money. Like,
Told
I
you.
wouldn't try to be here. Like, I
First off,
honestly,
I told you.
We're living separate lives then. You literally just said we're leaving everything we've ever known.
God, what did I start?
You're leaving the States.
Zach's like, "Fuck you, Dave."
This is fuck everybody money. Like she said, I'm
she's
gone.
leaving the
She's
planet.
like,
You'll
"I'm in the
never see
Bahamas
my
right now,
name
man. I don't
again."
even know you.
go to like.
I don't
She's
know
like,
you,
have
fool."
you been to Mars in June? It's lovely.
We're moving to Croatia.
I bought
Good luck
Saturn.
finding my address on Google Maps, motherfucker.
I'm so I had 3 separate conversations today about how fucked up healthcare is here, and that alone, if I had fuck you money, I would probably choose to move to somewhere in Europe.
That's what dual
Yeah.
citizenships.
In like Germany, you get like free healthcare. What's the place you get free
Everywhere
healthcare?
but the United States.
That's
Where
cool.
you're really trying to go is somewhere like Denmark.
Yeah, like Sweden area.
Sweden,
Yeah,
like,
see?
that's where
Yeah.
I'm trying to go. And yes, dual citizenship is definitely where it's at. Like, I would still want to come back here, but like, I would love for my kids to grow up somewhere where like your education's paid for, they like have respect.
Well, yeah, because you have FU money. How would you afford it?
$30 work week. Like, that's what
Shut up, Zach.
It is funny you're worried about paying for healthcare when you just said you got fuck you money.
It's
to
true. We have
leave.
like.
It's not about.
It's about.
It's about like okay.
How the government life is.
Yeah.
A patient told me today, medication she was on for a year. Her and her husband, who own their own business, had to sell their own property. Like that was their pension.
And you have to get divorced because that way you don't hit a separate tax bracket.
Because they sold their property, she now has to pay for that medication. She went off of it because it was $10,000 a month. That's fucking gross. That's disgusting. It's a preventative medication, so is she gonna die? No. But like, it's just disgusting.
Then why is she taking it? What is it?
Like they sold their fucking property, and they're taxed so high. I put them in a new bracket. I mean, we're not married over it. Like it's fucking gross.
It's true. We're not married just because.
Let me ask you just one question. How much is fuck you money to you?
Fuck you money to me is billion.
A billion.
Billion. Like,
God
I mean,
dang.
fuck you money.
God dang.
I mean, it could be like, I don't know, 100 million. Like, that's pretty fuck you.
That's
Nine figures puts you in the 1%. Well, it puts you in the 5% of the 1%.
I mean, I feel, 20, 30, 40. Like, that's fuck you money. But, like, real fuck you. Like,
Yeah.
You never have to have.
like you're wiping your ass with hundreds.
No even fleeting thoughts of,
Yeah.
like, today, like, I took my jet and we went to this country and had fucking.
Zach loves jets.
Right. And there's also a big difference between 40 million liquid and 40 million in assets.
Yeah,
Because
it's not the same.
right.
I'm talking like all your shit's paid. True fuck you is like you have zero debt and you've got fucking 50 million in the bank. Like you have no debt, Like,
Okay. Got
I
it.
mean, like in everyday life, like what I was saying to Michael, there was a time in my life, just like there was, in most people's lives, when you go into Publix, like you look at the fucking prices on things. Like, do I look at the price in Publix? No, I don't look at the fucking price in Publix. If I can get my groceries and leave. Walmart, you don't look at prices. Okay, you go into somewhere like in the city, like fucking Bergdorf Goodman or fucking Barney's or some shit. You gotta look at prices. I don't have fucking $15,000 for a pair of shoes. Fuck you money is never looking at a price for anything.
It's very true.
No matter where you're at. That's fuck you money. Doesn't matter. You've got the money.
Mike wants to stay here and build 2 more stories on this house.
Well, I mean, if she's talking about dual citizenship stuff, then I
Actually,
probably
he
wouldn't
said
do
this
that.
is already a mansion.
I was saying how far are we? So I did say how. Whoa. No.
He's like, oh,
I said how far are we from a mansion? Because legit in a couple months.
he's like,
everything-
I got a
we will
pool
have-
house coming.
Can you get me one? No, yeah, not a Pepsi. I was saying how far. A couple hours ago. I know there's one in left. I said how far are we from, because we will legit have a. We will legit have a second house on the property
He's like,
with a pool.
it's just-
You realize that multi-million-dollar mansion I was at, it's just location. It's not.
We have a very nice home. We've built a very nice life. This is not.
Don't speak so quietly because no one's hearing you.
I realize we have a very nice home. We've built a very nice life. This is not a fucking mansion.
I said how far are we from a mansion?
I mean, when Zach takes a shit, I can still hear it in the house. So
I'll
we're
be
not
honest.
fucking far.
I'll be honest though. I think if I took a crap in Shaq's house, it'd be the same situation.
Right.
Oh, Zach, I really like that you can take it.
I'm pretty.
When you-
I'm pretty sure that Shaq could be like, "What was that?" And he
Yeah.
said, like in another city.
I mean, we're far, babe. It's far. Like mansions have spiral staircases. I don't.
That's not true either.
This is a mansion.
No, mansions technically, I looked it up one time to see how many square feet it was to be a mansion. There's no set rules. It says it has to do with a certain amount of
Circle driveway,
flamboyance, like just things.
You know what?
curb appeal.
When I think of
Yeah, things
mansion,
like that.
you
Circle
drive
driveways.
back to the house.
Yeah.
It's a winding driveway. You
See, like
can
that,
pull
like,
into the
and you have like a stupid foyer. Like you enter the house and there's just a room of nothing. Like you know what I'm talking about? Like that little
marble statue of
the
yourself.
little, the little entry room that's just like a room with like a giant chandelier that just like leads to a staircase this way and like 4 other rooms. It's like, what even is the point of this
All
room?
right.
God, I think of the fucking.
I guess we're not. I guess we're not that close. I mean, I am a Beloit mansion.
I mean, yes, honey. They sell homes there for $27,000.
Oh, babe, they sell homes for half that.
You
What are you talking about?
can't buy a camper down here for that. Like, I don't. Like, we're just in different. Like, it's just not. It's not the same.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. I guess it's just not meant to be.
Think about the burbs here.
Zach,
Think
come
about
on. Let's hype him up.
Okay.
This is a mansion, bro.
Mike,
It's very nice.
Douchey neighborhoods that we go
He's
in,
like, Mike.
those houses are $800,000, and they're like 2,000 square feet. This douchey house across the street from us, they're gonna try and sell for 400 grand.
I saw mold on the.
don't worry, man.
On the-
If
Try to sell and
Friggin-
selling is not the same thing.
They're gonna sell that. I guarantee you. Once that's done, it sells for 4.
Mike,
Unless
here's
the
a- how.
market gets wonky.
here's the thing, Mike. If this house was in revolutionary France, the peasants would have wanted your head. You can sleep well at night.
At this
knowing
point, I'm
that.
just gonna. When I hit a mini lottery, I'm going to buy
so
an abandoned castle in
He's so
England
pissed.
for like 93,000. Like, hey, we have this estate castle. We're fucking kings, lords.
Why don't you have to be kings or lords?
Because if we have the land, we have the property, we're naturally lords.
I want to pay someone random, like just like pay like someone who played the Queen
shit.
Elizabeth in a movie to knight me, like someone who like doesn't have the authority.
Right?
We were supposed to do a 64 app bracket. How long has this been going on? We're working on
I don't
an
know.
hour.
Sorry. Thank you for your
56 minutes.
your input
56
there.
minutes. We haven't said one appetizer.
I'm sorry.
Wings.
It's because Zach got off topic.
Yeah, that was all me.
I mean, it's good conversation.
Dave's over here like, so when you're a billionaire,
Hey,
what's your life gonna
you
be like when
guys
you
brought
have
up the money.
billions?
That was your fault. You brought up the whole 300-something million, the 500-something million, and I was like, well, you know what?
I'm gonna have to completely change the title to the podcast. Like, I'm gonna upload it, and then I'm gonna have to go to YouTube Studio and edit all of it.
Sorry. All right, well, here. Appetizers.
Well, at this point, at 56 minutes, you take a commercial break, so I know where to add the fucking pause. We're at what, 56 minutes?
5709.
All right, let's drop it for a break for a second, so that way I can just put an hour break, and I can practically do it in 2 separate episodes. And then, hold on, go ahead. We'll be right back. We're gonna do the 64. It's probably gonna be a lot easier than the less debate. Well, maybe. Who knows? We'll be back. Yep, 1, 3, 4, Dave. I'm curious. What did they figure into the happiest countries?
No, not happiest.
Best.
All right, so are we on?
It's going.
So the best countries on earth, the thing I read, they factor in like strength of armies, so like you're not going to get attacked by another country. They have, that's the only thing that keeps the United States in like the top 10, by the way. The army really anchors us because they're like, people really don't want to attack America. I mean, they want to, but they're not gonna. You know what I mean? So like, that's what always keeps the United States high. And then
That's why I would probably maybe go to Sweden. No one's going to
Also
attack
the-
Sweden because that's
also
where all the
the
rich
kind-
people's money's at.
No,
also
well,
the countries,
no, no,
but
no.
it has education, healthcare, healthcare, like all these different like factors, how much money you make. So like a lot of those factors wouldn't matter as much if you just had so much money because you don't need to worry about making money there because you have money.
Sweden's not where all the rich money is. Switzerland
Switzerland.
is where it's all at.
Not bad.
And the Swiss accounts
Swiss
and all
bank
that
account.
shit. Yeah,
And
man.
the Swiss women.
Because and it's like
The Swedish women. That's the 6-foot blondes.
well, the
The
Swiss.
Russian women, all ones and tens.
I feel like they're it's close.
1 to 10.
I love that.
Maybe a dumbass question.
I
Like
love that.
Switzerland and Sweden, they're pretty close together, right?
Yeah.
I feel like
both
middle of
Norwegian-
Europe
they're
is
both-
all.
Give us some Europe map.
They're
Damn it.
both what? Scandinavian countries?
Yeah.
Nicole, bring us a
Nordic.
Europe map.
Nordic countries. I want Holland just because it's beautiful. Croatia's got the most beautiful beaches on the planet.
When you said Holland, I thought of Goldmember. Austin Powers.
Is I'm Dutch.
Yeah, I don't know.
Holland.
I'm really excited for this appetizer list.
Okay,
I worked hard
sorry,
on it.
sorry,
If you
sir.
guys roast me on this,
Yes, sir.
I'll hurt you.
Okay.
I worked hard on this. to
How
come up
much
with-
roasting? Like
I don't know. I'm excited. I am
Oh,
very confident
yeah.
that I didn't miss any major appetizers.
I'm just waiting until we get down to the Brussels sprouts, bro.
hey,
Not saying I like them. They're very popular though. They're offered at a lot of restaurants.
honestly, depending on where it's matched up, it might win just because like Nicole makes great
Well, like-
Brussels,
like
roasted
PF
Brussels sprouts.
The thing is,
Well,
when
it
you get
depends on
Brussels sprouts, it's not like they like just threw them on your plate. They're usually like
Not like a-
baked and like
Crispy
in
and
sauce.
with like
yeah.
Like a
glaze,
breadstick.
glaze on them and shit. Yeah.
All right, so to make it easy, we'll start. I don't know the list at all because I did the bracket and I completely randomized it.
This is my first time seeing it.
Yeah.
We'll go 1 versus 64 already. I feel bad for number 64. It's calamari. Probably top 25.
No.
I mean, depending on where you're at. What?
Unless you hate
It's not top 25. You've not seen the list. There are a lot of good. I would think that kind of like when I first started making the list, I was like, well, this is like top 20.
Who likes
This is like top
calamari?
20, but then I realized,
I fucking love calamari.
It's fine. Yeah, it's
you
good.
like it? Yeah.
but I'm saying like, the thing is like, at first I kept thinking this is probably top 20, it's top 20. Then I realized there's like 50 top 20s, and that doesn't mathematically work out.
All right. So if we're talking about these two, so calamari, there's the rings of the calamari, then there's like the tentacles of the calamari.
Rings and yeah.
Yeah. So you like it all? You like only rings?
I mean, if I have a big barrel and I'm got fuck you money, I'm probably just I'm ordering rings only.
I'm not thinking. So the tentacles, isn't the tentacles usually octopus?
No.
They're all squid.
It's all squid. It's
cut-
just
they
the
cut
ends
the
of the squid.
tentacles off and then baby
I've
squid.
only ever had the rings, I guess, of calamari then.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, it's
The
so
tentacles are good. I like them.
number one wings. I just hit
In
random.
It's wings for me. Wings
Yeah.
are fantastic.
Wings should be a 1 seed.
It really sucks. It's against calamari though. But yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
And wings, and the funny thing is, wings might not win out for me. Like, it might not be my number one in this type of bracket as an appetizer because sometimes wings are more of a meal for me.
could be a meal, could be an appetizer. But dude, there's so many different types of wings, so many different ways to make a wing.
Same could be said for
Glazes.
tenders.
Right?
Yeah.
No, same thing, yeah.
So many
But I say
sauces for wings.
Both of those things, like chicken tenders, to me is a weird app because
If I'm
like,
here with a family, like we'll just let's get like 10 wings. We'll each have like 2 wings
Yeah.
before our entree.
Yeah.
but like it'd be weird, like if you were at a restaurant and it was just you and a buddy, and you're like, we're each gonna have like 5 wings
That's fucking
before.
weird. No, I'm gonna have my own wings.
No, but it'd be weird. It'd be weird, especially weird by yourself, to be like, I'm gonna have 10 wings before I eat dinner. Like that seems kind of like that's a lot of food at that point.
All right, so it's wings.
I don't know. It's wings though.
Yeah.
Wings are great. And you know it's wings because how many restaurants have you been to that have wings on the appetizers list? The answer is all of them.
All of them. Exactly.
And usually calamari's on like Italian restaurants, kind of
Yeah.
deal, sort of.
Or
Italian,
because where we
Asian.
live, it's in a lot of seafood
Asian,
restaurants.
Yeah.
Seafood, but not like Applebee's.
No,
Right. Do they even have calamari?
no,
no.
no.
I've been
No.
to Applebee's
No, here's the
once in 15 years.
Chain
I was
restaurants,
like, say, I haven't been Applebee's
chain
in, like-
restaurants outside of probably Red Lobster
I went to-
aren't going to have calamari.
I went to Applebee's once during COVID. They were the first one to open up like inside dining.
Well, here's the thing: you can't do calamari cheap.
Oh, you didn't put French onion soup, is it? Well, you put soup.
I
Never
put
mind, you put soup.
I didn't think. You know how many soups I could have put on this list? Like, there's some things I had to generalize.
So
a
that
little
covers
bit.
all soups, like soup.
Like, and same thing with salad. Like, if you got a soup, you just gotta think about like you get potato soup somewhere, you get a chicken noodle minestrone. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna list 40 soups.
I love
We
me
can do
some-
a soup bracket sometime if you want. There are infinite soups
Absolutely.
out
We
there.
might
Clam
have
chowder,
it.
man,
Like,
my favorite.
that'll be probably a 32 bracket.
Dude, yeah, cinnamon toast crunch.
Because cereal soup, yeah.
I mean,
Cereal is soup. As soon as you, just like is hot dog a sandwich. Well,
Yeah.
shit.
Right?
Technically,
Technically,
meat between 2 pieces
it's
of
on a
bread.
bread, right?
See, to me, I would say, I wanted to quickly go, no, it's one piece of bread, but so's a sub.
That's very true.
So I couldn't really get out of it.
I mean, it's one piece till they split
But
it
it's a
down the
sub.
middle.
It's a sub sandwich.
A sub is a sandwich 100%. No one's
Submarine
arguing that
sandwich.
a sub is a sandwich.
But if one is, they both are. Just
No,
like
that's why I backed out. I
Like,
wanted to be real quickly back. It's just one piece of bread.
not all fingers are thumbs, but all thumbs are fingers.
Yep.
Very true.
All right, gator
yeah.
bites or garlic knots?
This is tough because man, bad gator bites are awful.
Yeah, it ain't tough for me,
But
man. I don't,
garlic knot. So it's like the highest gator bite will beat the best knot. The lowest bite
For me,
will be way lower than a
for
knot.
me, it's garlic knots.
for real, not
Just-
for me.
just
I'm
car-
not a huge gator guy.
See, to me, gator is fun as like on a lark. Gator's
Right.
like, what's a
Like
gator?
that
But
shit
it
you
would
get at
never
like
be
the
my
carnival,
choice.
you know, at like the fair.
Yeah, like I've had it at restaurants, but like I would.
Beach
I-
restaurants make good bites.
I mean, they're good ones.
I
Like I
had-
said, like to me, it feels more almost.
So I've only tried them once. and they're-
Novelty.
They're like gamey.
Oh, then you have
Yeah.
bad ones. Then you have bad ones.
I feel like they're a little more novelty.
Yeah.
As
so
an
we did
appetizer.
knots wins. Sorry, bro.
Like if it wasn't alligator and it was just like a different bird, like these are turkey bites,
Right? Like don't
If,
tell me.
if someone
Yeah.
told you, it was
Don't
a
tell me
turkey-
what it is.
Yeah.
Like just give
Someone's
them
like, we got some quail bites for
Right,
you.
some-
You'd be
yeah.
like, these are whatever.
right.
But then you're like, I mean, gator.
We never ate the fucking quail egg.
Oh shit, we didn't.
All right, so garlic knots.
Garlic knots.
Dude, bread is a heavy hitter for me, just in general.
Yeah, yeah. I love some bread.
1748. It's 1748. Scallops versus chicken tenders. First off, bad scallops are bad. It's just
scallops,
tenders
like,
for
for
me
real.
all day.
Fishy.
It's
Because
tenders.
every bowling alley has tenders.
Everywhere
fine.
really has tenders.
And everywhere's
Kids
fine.
menus
Even
everywhere.
bad tenders are good.
Better than because you get a bad scallop, man. That shit's fishy as hell, man.
And it's
Oh.
and it's gonna fuck with you all,
all night long,
And
man.
the funny thing is, I'm not even sure the best scallop is better than the best tender.
That's very. I mean,
There
No,
are
no.
some good tenders out there in the world. Like,
it's true. I mean,
My
it's-
best meal will have probably scallops in it because Nicole makes a fucking champagne glaze thing
Oh,
for
yeah.
it. Like she made it for me.
I mean,
This bitch used to cook for me so much, and she had all this crazy shit.
he's so big.
She made this for like a Valentine's Day. She used to cook for me when she worked 80 hours a week, and she made this weird, huge scallops and champagne glaze sauce. Now I can't even get it. Listen, I'm gonna say something I shouldn't.
You ain't got that fuck you money yet.
I
Man.
ain't got fuck you money. That's why when I have a chef, they're making me those scallops that she made whenever the fuck I want.
That's right.
Onion blossom or pot stickers?
So like a blooming onion,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's an onion blossom for me. That is a fantastic. I mean, they make my stomach hurt because I eat too much. But
Well,
yeah.
onions. I mean, I love. You know me, I'm not a huge onion guy, but like an onion blossom, try that shit, and I mean, I'll be hurting the next day, but yeah, it's good.
All right, fair enough.
I mean, I'm gonna get the runs.
For
I'm
real.
gonna eat enough that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
This is a no-brainer for me. Number 9 meatballs versus number 56 crag dip. I'm
He's a meatball man.
I make meatballs every week.
Yeah. And crab dip, I will say, is another one where like a low seafood is touchy. If you have,
It is very touchy. I don't
that's
order
what-
seafood out a lot.
and that's why a lot of times like Applebee's, a lot of these places don't have seafood because it's like hard to do cheap seafood. Or when they do, it's usually cod or like tilapia.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't trust it because I'm always worried I'm gonna get a bad piece and it's gonna be fishy as hell or undone. And yeah,
Fair enough.
ooh, chips and queso and breadsticks. Fuck,
Yeah, that one hurts.
like
I'm not gonna
Olive
lie.
Garden breadsticks.
Randomizer
You've
really,
never been to Fazoli's, have you? Man.
randomizer really punched us in the nards on this one.
Because chips and queso, man,
because you know
that's boss too.
Both of those are fantastic.
Damn, man.
And you can't miss on either one.
Both
real.
delicious. I'm going to go breadsticks.
When you guys think chips and queso, where do you think of?
I think of a standard Mexican restaurant.
Actually, I think of probably Chili's.
That's what I think of. Chili's. Yeah,
Because they have
I think
awesome.
and they bring it on the hot
queso's so
skillet.
fucking good.
Yeah,
It really
it's so
is.
good.
I like their chips and salsa. I think of them a lot.
They're good too.
But then I think of Fazoli's breadsticks.
I never had that. But
Where I have literally eaten 50.
It's breadsticks for me because the amount of places that have just amazing breadsticks, like even back, like think about your local pizza joints. You're like, that's a good breadstick.
It's breadsticks, sorry.
no, that's fine, man. Bread. I mean,
Because there's only like,
bread's so good.
for greatness for chips and queso, there's only like one or two.
very
But like
true.
a breadstick,
You can get a good bread. Yeah, I got you.
every
there's a
time if I
variety.
order, is like, if the Italian place gives it, hey, can you bring out a couple breadsticks extra? Because I know that I'm going to want more. I'm never getting a second helping of chips and queso. But I will eat my weight in breadsticks.
And also, chips and queso is kind of the same most places.
I'd
think
probably be
about how
just as
many-
happy from
think
like
about how many-
Tostitos, open it up and nuke it for a
I
minute.
mean, you went to Mexican restaurants in Wisconsin, I presume?
Yeah.
Illinois? Here?
Yep.
Queso's the same at all those places.
But Chili's is so good.
No, but what
I
I'm
think
saying-
Chili's is better than Mexican joints.
No, but what I'm saying is,
But not
like,
their salsa.
I'm saying breadsticks has that big variety. Where I'm saying all those places are the exact same. If you go to a breadsticks at different pizza places,
I was gonna say,
even in
pizza
town,
places got breadsticks.
Yeah, but
all
they're
very
different.
No, that's what I'm saying. The
Right, yeah.
variety makes breadsticks win for me because there's so many different types of breadsticks
I like Olive Garden
that are
breadsticks.
also good. They're all good.
Yeah, they're all really good.
Breadsticks is elite.
Really is. Bread.
Now, see, where this really would have flipped. Next, chips and salsa
Yeah.
versus hummus.
Now, what if the chips and salsa was versus the chips and queso?
I'm probably
It's
going.
queso for
I'm
me.
probably going salsa actually.
Shit. Okay.
Good salsa's hard
He
to beat.
likes the restaurant salsa.
I love
like the runnier
super
shit.
thin
Yeah.
and super thin, watery salsa.
Yeah.
Same.
And
Super
chips.
thin chips.
My favorite at home. I've brought him. The Mateos is my favorite at home salsa.
But I require a thin chip. I hate a thick chip more. If there is a thick chip, I won't eat the chip or the salsa or the dip. And if the salsa
But I brought.
and queso is too thick, I can't enjoy the goddamn chip.
Remember, I used to bring Mateos here a decent amount.
You did about like 3 or 4 times during the season, correct? And that's good.
Mateos is good. It's a cantina style salsa, and what I like about it is it almost has like it's gonna sound really weird. It almost has like a chili flavor to like it. There's something different in it where
It's almost like it roasted with a bean.
yeah, it's good, but what I like about it is that it doesn't try to be restaurant salsa because most of the time, like Tostitos is like, this is our restaurant salsa. I'm like, no, this is butt. Like, this is not good.
I love Tostitos restaurant salsa so much.
Do you really?
I have legit eaten 4 jars
Yeah, it's like the purple.
in a
lid.
week.
Okay, maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I'm thinking it's just chunky.
The regular
this is
chunky
like
green
purple.
label,
It's like a
fuck
purple
that.
lid.
so bad.
You can pour his out, and it's like
It's water.
Water.
There's literally probably 4 ounces of water
Yeah.
before you get to the tomatoes.
That's fine, but
Yeah.
I hate that stuff though. The
you don't,
chunky
you don't even have to
hummus.
like mine.
so that versus hummus. I don't like chickpeas at all.
So it's chips and salsa for you, obviously.
Obviously,
Then
yeah.
it's chips and salsa for me too.
Next one,
Because here's the thing.
I'm not
Have
gonna-
you ever been in a restaurant and they're like, more hummus?
I know. Right?
More chips and salsa? Yes.
Hummus,
Hit me.
please.
I don't eat enough Indian to qualify.
All right, this
Hummus is Indian, right?
All right.
Hummus. It's Middle Eastern though,
Yes,
right?
Middle Eastern.
Chickpeas.
Yeah.
It's not from here.
Yeah. No, it's Middle Eastern.
Neither
They
salsa.
do that with like the pita homemade bread shit.
Although I will say red pepper hummus, very good.
Well, that's the thing. I never
You talking
had.
about that one, the Sabre or whatever, the red cap, red and orange,
It's a type of hummus. It's just like it has red pepper.
where it's got a big glob of red pepper.
really good.
You
Well,
mix
they
it
have
up.
like a shit ton of those now, like a whole bunch of flavors and
Yeah.
all that stuff. I've never
Red pepper
had
hummus
those.
is good.
Honestly, sometimes a dessert hummus that's like
Yeah, I seen that too.
it's
Like
like a
chocolate.
cinnamon and chocolate.
Yeah, I saw that
That's
too.
pretty good with some like
So do
cinnamon
you guys
roasted
know what I'm
peanuts.
saying when I say sandwich rolls?
No.
They're like, all right, so like
I
basically.
honestly pictured garlic knots.
Like,
I was thinking like dinner rolls.
Like sandwich rolls are the things you see at parties all the time. You've probably had them at parties where it's like a wrap that they basically cut into like these little rolls. So like they're like a roll that has like basically like turkey or ham.
pinwheel.
Let me make
A
it.
pinwheel, yeah.
Let me make it easy for you. I'm going loaded fries.
It's loaded fries.
It's loaded fries to me then too. If it's
No,
pinwheels,
but
you're
yeah,
talking
it is a
about- yeah.
pinwheel. Yeah, is another name for sure.
Yeah.
I realized like I started this bracket and I can just do it in here. I don't even.
That's why when I described it, you're like, yeah, I've had those. They're not that good.
Yeah, pinwheels. I'm like, yeah, that's all right.
But again, again another thing at like
That's like a petite sandwich wannabe.
Yeah, it's
you know,
another-
it's like this thick. You know,
Yeah.
it's like that round. You're like,
another thing that's served at like open houses
Yeah,
and like
right.
just like little random things
got,
like
like cream
that.
cheese and salami and shit in it.
And you're
Yeah.
just like, this is not it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, like half the tortillas are green for some
know,
reason.
right.
We never use green tortillas, but then
Right.
with these, they're like, it's
Spinach.
time.
It's spinach. It's spinach tortillas.
Tough one for a Wisconsinite here. We got cheese curds
Fun.
versus fondue.
Fun.
Shit.
I
I've only. Go ahead.
I'm gonna have to go cheese curds.
I was gonna say. I was like,
It's
dude, I've only had fondue one time at the melting pot
Right.
back when I was a teenager.
but see, like my
How
favorite,
was that 4-hour
my
experience?
favorite parts. My favorite parts of going to melting pot wasn't fondue. It was the cooking the meat in that delicious broth,
Yeah.
Yeah, my favorite part.
and then it's the chocolate fondue.
my favorite
which-
part is the melting pot. Is like when while you're eating there, you can see the seasons changing outside because you're there for like forever.
For real. Yeah, it's curds for me too, man.
Curds are good, man. We had curds at
the festival.
the festival. They were fantastic.
Those are Wisconsin fresh cheddar
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Here's the thing,
Wisconsin.
like Culver's cheese curds are good.
Yeah.
But when you get like an actual restaurant's cheese curds, they're way better.
If you go to Culver's in Wisconsin, they are that
Wisconsin.
because they have to travel here, so they're freeze dried. It's not the same. A fresh cheese curd has to be made, delivered, fried within 3 days. Hard to do traveling across.
Oh,
the
this
country.
next one's really easy for me.
Fried pickles versus Brussels sprouts. I'm going Brussels sprouts.
No way. Fried pickles for me.
I mean, I
I'm
love
just fucking
Brussels.
with you. I'm
No,
just
no.
fucking.
I mean,
Do you like Brussels sprouts?
I do love Brussels sprouts, but I had them
Cooked a certain
cut in
way.
half, put in the oven, crisp up, then like glaze on it.
Well,
with
yeah.
cheese.
And
Cooked-
that's how these are going to be most
Yeah.
of the time.
Cooked with
pretty much.
lard, and then
well,
the,
olive oil.
the glaze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
all
how they're
that
going to
shit.
be presented. But
And
I
they're
would still
good that
take
way.
it.
Like,
But I still
they-
prefer a fried pickle.
I've never had fried pickle, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm assuming it tastes like a pickle,
Like
just the breading.
I'll be honest, you can get them like the farm rich ones from the store or from
Just go to like beat
the,
ups.
the frozen. It's not the same. But if you have a fresh frickle,
I'm gonna say Sprouts because I'm thinking of the way
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
have them.
Yeah, fried pickles for
if it
me.
was better, more ways I'd be with you.
Yeah, but it's really there really is only one way.
Nicole learned me real well on Brussels sprouts.
Brussels
There's a
sprouts.
way to have them and there's a way to not to.
Correct.
Where I'm from, never have them that way
To
ever
me, same thing
again.
with fried pickles though. Like, don't bring those spears near me. It's pickled chips.
Okay, first off,
Or
he's
pickle
wrong
fries.
here too there. Because you can bread it, a spear.
I think soggy though. When I think of a fried pickle, I just think like this soggy.
Well, you freeze it first. That way it's
I'm not. I don't like the spears as much.
well, typically it's a dice.
No, because I
Slice.
prefer the chips. Yeah.
Yeah, usually it's like a circle.
I've had pickle fries though, and they're really good.
If I have
it's a spear that they've cut like in thirds basically, and then so they're thinner. Those are really good.
So when I'm doing them now, as I'm not even breading it, it's a spear. Then it's wrapped in bacon and stuffed with cream cheese.
Yeah. So it's like a popper.
Right.
Yeah,
It's like a
it's
pickle
essentially
popper.
a popper, pickle popper. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the fried pickles.
Frickles win. Yep.
Guess pickles.
Based on the debate, probably not going to make it. Pub chips versus cornbread.
Ooh.
Oh man,
It's
fresh-
cornbread for me.
When you're
fresh
saying pub chips, you're talking like
those ones
homemade.
that are
Yeah,
super,
the homemade
Yeah.
potato
they're
chips.
super brown and
Yeah.
they give you a side.
a dipper, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Like what you get, like if you've been to
Sorry,
Gecko's.
cornbread. I'm going pub chips.
I'm going pub chips.
Really? Okay.
Only because here's the
Dude,
thing.
a
Here's
lot of
the,
people love pub chips.
here's
My
the thing.
dad, that might win.
I love cornbread, but I love cornbread that's not dry as hell.
Yeah.
It's got to be made with like cream of corn and
It
all
has
that
to, it
shit.
has to
Yeah.
be made with a certain way.
Like certain way.
The amount of honey that I have on the counter.
Yeah.
Like that kind of honey.
Yeah, I'm not a chip person, so pub chips had no chance.
Man,
Like,
a
they're
homemade, a homemade
you
ranch.
can't even say chips and then like pub chips
Well, what
because they're
I'm-
like differently.
No, they are better, but like say like for me, like I only like Doritos for the most part, like just nacho cheese Doritos, and otherwise I could care less about chips.
If it's a,
So I'm the really bad person to ask. Where like Mike probably could eat 30, 40 different types of chips and love them.
yep.
Yeah,
I could too.
There's probably 12 bags of chips here now.
There's Doritos over there, man.
yeah. I'm just the abnormal one in that regard. So like pub chips are a better chip, but to me, I'm still like yeah.
So pub chips, even if they're overcooked,
Cornbread can miss pretty hard. I will give you that.
It can't, if it's dry, I don't like that. It's got to be like dense and moist.
cornbread can hit real hard if it's moist, and also a spicy one. I sometimes love a jalapeno honey one.
Yeah.
It can nail it.
Yeah.
But
All right.
pub chips with a dip.
Well, this
I'm
one,
a
man.
dipper. As where it really breaks down to, if I can dunk the motherfucker in something, it's probably gonna win.
Yeah.
Especially if the dip is boss, you know.
So onion rings are like
Double
dip,
onion,
like
man.
French onion dip or whatever.
Onion
For,
rings.
for me, it's onion rings.
Onion rings for me.
I like when you fry things. I mean, that's what I'm learning.
That's like a
when
whole nother segment. Fried food.
that's kind of this bracket in a way.
Yeah, we'll just have to debate onion rings further in another round, maybe. This is tough for me because I've recently realized I really love deviled eggs.
Hello. So
I had 12 probably. 4th of
See,
July.
I don't like deviled eggs, so I'm easily because I don't like mustard. And mustard is like a pretty, and like I've heard people be like, you don't have to put it.
everybody
I'm like,
makes it
okay,
different.
but
It depends on how you make a deviled egg.
Mustard's pretty standard for a deviled egg.
Like my mom's deviled eggs, like that's all I. Oh my god, I love those eggs.
So it was the honey mustard, not regular mustard.
Oh, that's different.
A shit ton of it, and with some mayo, just enough to whiten it up, and
No.
then topped with bacon
When
bits.
you say mayo, do you mean Hellman's or Miracle Whip?
I mean, first off, that's dressing.
I know that. A lot of other people don't know that.
That's correct. People do call.
Yeah, they call Miracle Whip mayonnaise, and
and
that's,
it's
that's some
not,
bullshit.
But they're wrong.
yeah, you're
It's,
absolutely
it's
wrong.
literally says
garlic
salad
bread.
dressing
It's
on
garlic
there.
bread
It's
for me
miracle
easily
shit.
because garlic bread for me.
Fuck. Here's the thing,
you
because
know-
you could get a dry ass deviled egg too, and it could taste shit.
You know what? I think I'm gonna have to go garlic bread
Yeah, I know.
because even bad garlic bread is better than a
It's very
bad
true, 'cause
deviled
you
egg.
can
Even
have-
like school, if you have like school garlic bread, it's still good.
For real, garlic
it's just
bread.
frozen
You
and
can
they
have
put
so many
it
different
As long
good
as it's
garlic
warm.
bread, but you have to have good deviled eggs cooked
And the-
the way right.
And there's some pretty amazing garlic bread.
And the
out
amount
there,
of garlic bread I've used to make sandwiches.
yeah.
though. Yeah. I like it. I like it. So weirdly, garlic bread is one of the few things that I don't want crispy. You know, like everyone
You're
else
wrong.
crispy things.
I want the outside almost burnt,
I'm
and I
sure.
want the inside melt in my mouth, soft, chewy. Yeah.
I like chewy.
I guess I want the middle to be kind of mush, like just like butter and garlic. Just like to where like a lot of things I just want crisp. Garlic bread's one of the things that's not like that for me.
Yeah.
All right, buffalo chicken dip.
Versus rolls.
rolls.
Like just a basic roll, like a Hawaiian roll.
Now let me just pause and let me say thank you guys for not calling me out on my typo that I wrote tolls there.
Oh, we did off camera.
Well,
Yeah, I know, but-
you just did on camera.
I want to appreciate my friends here to say you guys completely skipped it. I messed up and I typoed.
Well, the funny is, I knew you didn't mean tolls, like as in toll roads, but I was just
I'm like,
so I was just
I thought you
sitting-
meant cookies.
I was just sitting there like,
Reading it.
I don't know. Like, I made this list and I don't know what this one is for a split second. And then I was
Yeah.
like, oh, it's just a missed letter.
That's all right. All good, man.
Yeah, like we've
when
had-
you say
we've had
rolls,
rolls, like rolls at restaurants.
Just regular rolls.
I don't want to bring the heavy hitter out here, which is Texas Roadhouse, obviously, is the
But
heavy
just-
hitter of rolls. Like, they're obviously the example of what a roll should taste like, but there are a lot worse rolls out there.
So you're talking like the rolls you get basically
Yeah, like in a
the
restaurant, like a
bread you
dinner
get
roll.
anywhere.
Yeah,
all
like a
right.
dinner roll.
Well, then it's oh shit.
I'm going buffalo chicken.
That's
dip.
what I'm thinking, dude. 'cause,
Yeah.
I mean,
So buffalo chicken dip is the winner. Here's the thing, like, It's one of those things again. Like if it was specifically
Right.
a Texas Roadhouse roll versus it might have had a chance. But
Yeah.
when you have to bring it out to everything,
Like if you got to think about one place to have a certain roll, then it's not really.
Look at
like,
this field goal kick.
that being said, I do like rolls. I'm never mad at a roll either.
Oh shit.
I think it's windy.
It.
Bro.
That's crazy.
Shit, man. Miscalculation there a little bit.
Was there an airplane off camera? Like
For real, like one of those
Turbines,
turbine
man.
fans.
All right, so oysters. This is what a weird matchup. Or spanakopita.
Who likes oysters here?
Not I. I'm a spanakopita person for sure.
I don't even know what spanakopita is.
It's
Copita.
Oh, a savory
So
spinach
it's
pie.
a Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just
So
pulled
it's
it
like
up.
there's like spinach and
it's
Is
pretty
there
good.
meat in it?
no.
No, it's
like
just spinach and cheese and like a fried
artichoke.
bread. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, it's got feta in it. And
Yeah,
artichoke.
it's good.
It's solid. I mean, it's not gonna win. Like it's not gonna win.
I'll take it over. I'll take it over oysters.
Oh, yeah,
all
for
day.
sure.
Even oysters Rockefeller.
When I was younger, I could do oysters like off the shell,
I do love a good clam.
but now it's like
Can't with a straight face.
Oh wait.
Oh my gosh, Romo.
next one, boom boom shrimp and
Samosas. It's a southern fried Asian pastry with savory filling, including spiced potatoes, onions, peas, meat. So it's
it's boom boom for me, man.
Yeah, it's the shrimp.
what's the
Sounds like a
It's an Indian food.
sounds like a meat pie or some shit, right? Sounds like
it's
a,
like a dumpling. What's the
Kinda. It's like the Indian
Pot
version of
sticker?
that. Like it's like an Indian pot
it's
sticker.
an Indian pot sticker. It's gonna be boom boom
By the way,
shrimp.
yeah.
I don't like samosas. I don't. The peas are very
Sounds- I
off-putting.
was gonna say it sounds dry. It sounds like a shepherd's pie. That's what I was thinking of.
The
Like
weird
a-
thing is it smells good, and then I take a bite. I'm like,
right?
Then we'll have to talk about now other side of the bracket.
yeah.
Wontons versus nachos.
Nachos.
Dude, nachos
all
is
fucking
such a
day,
heavy
man.
hitter.
Dude, for real.
Yeah, nachos is a G. Doesn't really stand a chance. Despite how much I love like a cranberry rangoon, which is essentially a wonton. It's a
Right.
fried.
Dude,
There
still.
are some good wontons out there,
nachos, man. You
but
can eat
nachos
nachos
is everywhere. The
everywhere.
ballpark,
Everywhere, anytime.
even the crappy ones. The crappy
Look at
ballpark
Rizzo
nachos.
just playing up in there. Look
Oh,
at.
that's where he lost the game for him.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, that's the one where he catches it. In the
He
second,
threw it- oh, 'cause
to
he
make the
threw it- he
second
threw it
out,
back
the guy
in.
tags. Because these are like I think supposed to be like errors or weird things happened. Because it's a weird thing. He made a great play that lost him the game because the guy tagged from third, and like who would have thought I shouldn't catch this? Like you would never think that.
I'm assuming this is fried green tomatoes.
No, it's fried,
Fried
green
green
beans.
Versus fried mushrooms. We're frying some veggies in this bracket. Dang it!
Mushrooms
I
for
can't
me.
stand mushrooms, so it's
I love
beans.
mushrooms. Oh man.
It's
Do the
fried,
fungus with me,
it's
bro.
fried mushrooms.
Yeah,
man.
Holy shit! I have it.
Fungus
That's the
wins
first
it.
one that I was wrong when I wrote it down. Spare ribs versus breaded shrimp. I don't know what breaded shrimp. Do you mean just like little fried
Yeah,
shrimps?
I think
fried
fried
shrimp, like
shrimp.
popcorn shrimp. Like
Versus-
I wasn't gonna like narrow down to. I wasn't gonna have popcorn shrimp.
Do you mean
and,
like okay? So
like
if it's,
any breaded fried shrimp?
So it's like fried
basically.
shrimp.
all right, fried shrimp. Bam, that's me.
You're fried shrimp.
As much as I love spare ribs, it's got to be like a super
it's
Asian
fried
place.
shrimp for me too.
Yeah, all right, we can do it.
Spare ribs is only from Asian restaurants, really,
Yeah.
and it's just like a lesser version of ribs.
You get a
Honestly,
Balinky or
It's a good thing.
bruschetta.
It's a good thing you're not a Pirates fan because this is one of the craziest plays in Cubs history.
oh, I love that play.
That's why Buys is amazing. Oh, let me get.
So
Let me
dumb.
keep going.
Yeah, that whole play is ridiculous.
Oh,
Yikes! All right, so for me, it's pigs in a blanket for sure. I do not
God,
like bruschetta.
Fresh bruschetta.
it's gotta be good though. Yeah, it's gotta be like fresh and.
Yeah, I
little,
guess
little crostini.
One thing I will say though,
even
nowhere's making bad bruschetta.
even shitty pigs in a blanket.
No,
Probably
but
would.
you're not gonna have bad
I
bruschetta
mean, I love-
out.
I love
like
pigs in a
restaurants that make bruschetta usually make good bruschetta.
I'll be honest, like the Hebrew National in the frozen section, pigs in a blanket, they're freaking boss.
But you think about like cheap restaurants don't try to make bruschetta. It's usually upper scale places.
I'm going pigs.
Yeah.
No, I did too. I was just saying like you can't say like, well, it could be bad because it's not something that like you know, the lower places don't even try to make it.
Oh man.
Man, there's too much Chicago shit in here. That's why it's hard to be a fucking Bears fan.
Charcuterie or Moz sticks. I mean, charcuterie, man. You could have fucking anything on that thing, man.
Well, I'm thinking like the tip, like the
Meat and
opposite.
cheese.
Yeah, meat,
cheese, crackers.
What's
Yeah.
what say you for this,
Maybe
Zach?
some fruits, maybe some apples or something.
Just because this is before I knew you. This is the Bears' luck.
Yeah, that was a fumble.
That's Bears' luck.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Welcome to Chicago.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. So, are you charcuterie or Moz sticks?
I'm charcuterie. I don't like mod sticks very much. But I love setting up a good meat and cheese
See,
tray.
that's what I think, man. Like you could have, you
I'm
could put
gonna-
any meat and
I
cheese
think
on
I'm
there.
gonna
you
do.
want.
I think I'm gonna go charcuterie as
For
well.
real, you know, because a Moz stick's a Moz stick. You can't change that.
And what about like what a great thing to share at a restaurant too? Like if someone doesn't like the spicy cheese, they don't have to eat that one. You know,
real.
they can just gravitate towards the salami or whatever is on that tray.
Yeah.
Like,
Charcuterie is pretty elite.
and I'm not talking the charcuterie. I'm not with this. I didn't want to get adventurous. I want to clarify. It's not like any of that like stuff you see on TikTok. It's like I made a breakfast charcuterie board. This is a
No.
candy. This is a standard
Right.
meat, cheese, crackers.
They're wrong.
Some fruits. There might be some grapes or some apples or
Charcuterie,
something.
by essence, has to be meat, cheese, and a
Cheese,
veggie
crackers.
with a cracker.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
And
some
usually some
apples.
dips
There's
in
usually
there.
apples or grapes on the plate, typically.
Yeah.
Usually for a look
Yeah.
more than eating, unless you have a brie.
And then usually you have like a hot mustard or something.
Usually there's like one little vine of like 6 grapes.
Yeah,
But it's not like.
for show.
It has to have a dry aged meat.
Yeah.
So guac or potato skins?
Skins, I hate
Yeah. I
guac.
fucking hate guac
Dude,
too,
it's
man.
it's skins. Potato skins are amazing.
They're a top 10 probably.
That being said, you can get some bad ones as well.
Yeah, but I
definitely can.
see the problem is I'm so good at dialing them up. I'll have a bad one. I'll fix it up. I'll throw a little bit of butter in there to soften it up.
They got a restaurant?
TGI Fridays? No. I'm not gonna bring butter to a restaurant.
I know. So I was confused because I was like, if someone brings you a bad one,
He
Mike's
means
just
here
like,
in the
Mike's
Yeah.
work kitchen.
Mike's like, this is pathetic. I'm gonna need some butter.
Yeah,
Bring me some.
bring me a pat of butter.
Guys like, we gotta soften this sucker up.
Yeah, bring your butane torch while we're at it. I'm gonna fix this for
For
you.
real.
All right, cocktail shrimp. Or no, these are cocktail smokies.
Smokies versus biscuits.
Oh fuck, man.
There's a biscuit.
I don't like biscuits, so
I'm gonna
unless,
go, and
unless it's
I'll-
a biscuit sandwich and that's a
How you
meal.
know like a
and,
biscuit,
I'm
bro?
gonna go with biscuits.
I was gonna
So-
say, man, biscuits.
That's fine.
So you gotta choose,
Biscuits
you gotta
and
choose your
gravy?
barbecue. You gotta
No,
choose
no,
your little
no.
barbecue.
It's an appetizer.
biscuits and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy is a meal.
Yeah, this is like
It's
biscuits.
a side of
This is
biscuits
like
when you're
biscuits
eating your
and
meal.
jam. Like you're at Cracker Barrel, they have
You
put
can
the
maybe
jam on
dip it in your gravy,
No, you can put jam on it.
or when you have a
It's
breakfast.
jam or butter.
But good, a good biscuit, man.
No, it's
fair.
it's honestly
I'm a
it's jam, butter, or honey.
I'm a croissant dude, though.
To keep it in app, it's probably jam, butter, or honey that you're putting on it. You're not dipping it in your sausage
Right.
gravy because
I'm
that's
gonna go.
cheap.
Yeah, I'm gonna go biscuit, man.
Fair enough.
Sorry.
That's one
Too
again,
dry
like,
for
even if
me.
you don't like it-
Even the lard-loving Paula Deen or what's the name of the place? Cracker Barrel.
You got salad versus pretzel here.
Yeah.
Like,
Picked the wrong
we're
one.
talking like hot pretzel.
I mean, that can be a pretzel stick for all I care. It's
I
going
mean,
to be a
I'm
salad.
talking like rolled gold here, or are we talking like
No.
like,
It's usually
an
a hot
appetizer.
pretzel, like
It's
usually
you
with
like
order-
like
hot
a-
pretzel with like beer
Most,
cheese?
yeah,
Beer
most,
cheese.
most
Oh,
of
man,
these
when you
things
start
that
talking about beer
just
cheese,
just imagine you're ordering this from a restaurant. So it's
Yeah.
probably gonna be pretzel sticks or like
sticks.
pretzel with
Yeah.
with the cheese.
With the cheese.
They're not gonna bring you like a sack of rolled gold and
Well, if that's the case, I mean, what versus what, a Caesar salad?
yeah, so it's pretzels.
any salad, typically house or Caesar, that's not added with, not on its own and cannot have a meat.
Yeah.
Is that Doug Flutie kicking the drop kick? That's badass.
All right, Spanish and archer dip versus coconut shrimp.
For me, it's the dip.
I love Spanish archer dip, but it's coconut shrimp. Coconut shrimp's one of my favorites. I mean,
Coconut shrimp to me is overrated because I want the salt. I don't want the sweet when I have my shrimp.
that's fine.
It's true. I don't like really a sweet.
Even a good mango chutney probably throws off my
true.
greatness.
I'm more of a spice guy than a.
So
sweet guy.
Spanish and archer dip then.
Sorry, shrimp.
Yeah.
No, I'm mad at it. I like that too. That's a good thing about the appetizer thing. Most of the time, it's like I like that as well. These are
Am I
all
right?
good things.
Win-win.
All right, so
They got basic.
a cheese
no.
ball or crab rangoon?
No, that's right. You're talking like the port wine,
Yeah, like
Cheese
it's a
ball
big
thing,
cheese ball
yeah.
that's usually covered in like
like at
almonds.
Christmas.
Yeah,
Right?
like at
Yeah,
Christmas,
yeah.
exactly. And there's like you have rich crackers with
Yeah.
it most of the time.
Yeah.
But for me, it's crab rangoon.
Yeah, it's probably Rangoon for me if it's that kind of cheese ball.
Rangoon.
Yeah.
Even a bad Rangoon's still good. Ice
real.
cold, hot and fresh. Fucking Rogers again.
Have you been to Peace River Beer Company?
No, Nicole went a couple times.
It's awesome. First of all, the food is incredible. Like in general, a fantastic crab rangoon.
I would like to say I'm going to go.
We should go.
It's a ways, dude. It's a hike.
Yeah, we should go sometime. Meet up because you can bring the kids there too.
Okay.
Kid friendly there. I'm just saying it is like it's not one of those things you have to like. But yeah, it's really good. I love that place. Okay, soup or quesadilla? It's soup for me.
Whoa.
Weirdly,
Soup. I mean, a great soup, man. A French onion just
I'm just
sets
not. I'm
me
just not
off.
a quesadilla as an appetizer type person.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's a basic cheese one anyway, that's bullshit.
I'm
I
going
mean, it's probably chicken,
soup.
realistically.
Right,
I mean,
chicken and maybe some fucking rice or black beans.
Yeah.
I'm going soup.
Yeah.
And plus, it's a terrible one to split. They're like, we cut it in fourths. Well, that split it amongst yourselves, and
You
you're
know
like,
soup I love? The fucking Publix chicken and wild rice, man.
Yep.
It's
That's a great one. I'm sick soup, too.
Ooh,
but
so good.
you've all seen that. They're like, if you get a quesadilla as an appetizer at a restaurant, they bring you one quesadilla that they cut in fourths, and they're
Yeah.
just like, here you go,
Yep.
and you're like, awesome.
Yeah, right.
I'm like that's gonna be a
If it's a good quesadilla, it's probably got to be a meal because
Yeah.
he's stuffed and
It's usually
loaded.
like it's a kid's meal. It's usually what the fuck it
But
is.
a lot of places have quesadillas on their appetizers. It's because they basically don't want to serve it with a side.
Right.
Right.
That it's not really
Profit
expected
margin.
to do as an appetizer. Yeah. All right, ahi tuna or toasted ravioli.
Raviolis is for me. I've had too much bad tuna for it to be on my list.
Well, again, this is like one of those seafood things. Like ahi tuna can be boss. If
Ahi
it's
tuna
cooked
is good.
right.
Yep, it can be.
If it's
Ahi
cooked
tuna is
right,
typically raw.
right. I don't like raw. I like
Seared.
it. I like it when they sear it a little more than whatever.
You like an overcooked.
Yeah, but so I'd have to go raviolis.
All right, toasted
Because-
ravioli moves on.
You went nahi?
Huh?
And what'd you go?
It didn't
I
matter.
went ravioli.
I went ravioli. Okay.
It didn't matter. I probably would have went ravioli as well.
Jalapeno popper.
Because I have to be in the mood for ahi tuna is a thing too.
Yeah, I told you I'm.
Like there's
big
some
fan
days
of
I'm
seafood,
feeling it, but there's some days I'm like, I don't really want to deal with seafood.
right. I just
All right, jalapeno poppers or sliders.
now we're talking like the little cheeseburgers.
Little mini cheeseburgers.
Yeah,
Sliders.
Yeah. Well, I love jalapeno, man. That's the problem.
it's jalapeno
It's
poppers.
hot
for me.
poppers for me, man.
Again,
poppers for you?
again, my issue with sliders is like again they bring you like four.
It's
So
just
you
a,
get,
it's a
one
it's a burger.
slider.
It's a small burger.
Yeah, and you get like one.
Yeah.
And like, to me, like I like to be able to munch on my appetizer to where like I eat my slider, and then I'm like I no longer have a slider.
Like I like those,
Like-
those jalapeno things you got from that one place. Remember?
That didn't help.
Remember that one time they had jalapeno?
You remember that
Band
one
camp?
time from that place? I think the
The jalapeno
Japanese
poppers
place
are
or
just
something.
good, man.
Remember they came in a little
Oh,
dish?
the screaming jalapenos.
Yeah.
They're stuffed with crab and
Yeah,
fucking
jalapeno
boss,
poppers are
man.
great, man. All right, shrimp cocktail or mac and
mac and cheese balls. Shrimp cocktail for me
yeah,
because
the mac and
I have
cheese
probably
balls.
eaten 50 cocktail shrimp in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
really? From
I
where?
love cocktail
I love
shrimp.
shrimp
Like at
cocktail.
home?
Yeah.
I could also.
you get
I
them
just
in Publix. And,
I really love.
Do you go hard on the horseradish?
No,
I
No,
like
he likes it
I
hotter.
like it spicy.
I like it in
likes
between
it.
where it's a ketchupy.
Yeah, ketchup.
See, I had shrimp cocktail at St. Elmo's in Indiana, which is like world renowned for shrimp cocktail, and it's like fresh horseradish that they do this morning, all stuff. And I was like, it's just hot for me. Like everyone's like, this is so good. And I'm like, are you all in on this joke? Because I'm like spicy
I
food.
feel like you're making shit up. Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I eat spicy food more than I feel like that 84-year-old next to me who's just engorging themselves in the shrimp cocktail.
It goes to horseradish and like fries your nostrils.
It does.
Instantly eat it.
Now that being said, everything else on St. that I had at St. Elmo's that day, like the aged steak, the mashed potatoes, elite. I mean, it was elite. It was an expensive dinner. Trust me, trust
sure.
that. But it was fantastic.
This is no question for me. Egg rolls versus mussels. I don't like that.
Hit me up, egg rolls. If I order any Chinese, I'm
real.
usually getting a shrimp egg roll and a regular egg roll.
For real.
I love egg rolls. I love a Philly cheesesteak egg roll. I love a
Here's an
cheeseburger
interesting
egg
one.
roll. I love a
I'll be
breakfast
really-
egg roll.
I am interested in this matchup for you guys. Hush puppies versus pizza rolls.
It's pizza rolls for me.
It's pizza rolls for me only because dude, hush puppies can be dry as fuck too.
I've had so many bad ones.
Dude, so many bad ones.
I love a Long John Silver
And
Hush Puppy.
in my mind, it's like cornbread soda.
I love Hush Puppies. Some pizza rolls.
I've had some delicious jalapeno ones with a
the
great
best
dipping
part
sauce.
is I know when you're thinking pizza roll, everyone in this room is thinking Totino's because that's all there is.
Yeah, basically.
Like they make other ones,
What
but like
lazy meal can we cook tonight? Let's just fucking put 50 pizza rolls in the oven.
Yeah, it's an ace.
Yeah.
Now, second round should get a little more difficult.
Yep. It's
yeah, because we're gonna eliminate the ones that everyone's like, I don't like that.
Right.
We weeded out the shit.
Yeah, basically.
And now let's be honest, like there's probably like 10 of them on here that were bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there are
naturally.
probably like 10 that just weren't contenders, but like are fine.
Yeah. Or what they were matched against. It was like
Yeah,
no
like
question.
like a roll.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna like if I brought you a roll, you're not gonna be like, get that out of here.
Yeah.
It's
right?
got it holds true to consistency.
I'm curious what's gonna happen if we ever get like bread versus bread.
You gotta pick your
So,
favorite bread,
right?
man.
Well, garlic bread's probably gonna win. Wings versus garlic nuts. Wings is one for a reason for me.
Wings
It's
is like
wings.
so fucking.
It's wings for me.
It is. It's like its own plane, man.
And like if it was breadsticks, it'd be a harder pick for me.
I'm being
Garlic
honest.
knots
Wings could
aren't
probably
that
go to
good.
the end here. I feel
No,
like
wings
It's
is
a
a
one
heavy
seed
hitter.
for a reason.
Yeah.
This is actually a more complicated, a harder one. Chicken tenders versus an onion blossom.
I'm
See.
onion blossom.
As an appetizer,
Yeah, I'm onion
For me-
blossom.
Because when you think onion blossom, what are we all thinking?
yeah, Outback.
Yeah. That's exactly.
Bloomin' onion.
Exactly. Right.
Outback,
Longhorn
or
has
Texas
one.
Roadhouse.
Longhorn has like the pedal.
Yeah, they have the blue. They have the Texas bloom.
Yeah.
They have a
Texas
bloomin'
onion.
onion. They have a bloomin'
What's it
onion.
called though?
It's a bloomin' onion at Texas Roadhouse. At
No,
Outback,
It's bloomin' onion.
Yeah.
Let's Google.
onion blossom. At
there
Texas
you go.
Roadhouse, Yeah. Yep.
Because here's the thing: a chicken tender is a chicken tender. You can, I mean, they're basically
I
the
mean,
same.
I don't like chicken tenders as an appetizer.
It's a meal.
It's a meal, but it's
Yeah.
like basically like an onion blossom. You can only get it certain places, certain ways. Usually they serve it with like that zesty, awesome sauce.
Yeah.
You know,
Onion blossoms are great.
It's definitely the onion blossom.
The same
for me.
zesty sauce that Burger King has.
And you guys will judge me, but I usually dip it in ketchup a lot of times.
Oh god,
I do judge you now.
that is very judgy. What the fuck, man?
I love ketchup.
You gotta dip it with the zesty sauce. It's all about the zesty sauce.
It's about the fried onion, man.
Okay.
Oh man, this is one I'm probably gonna lose out on. Number 9 versus number 24. Meatballs versus breadsticks.
Sorry, bro.
I'm
it's
going
breadsticks.
meatballs. Listen,
He's holding true to.
I realize.
Here's
I
the thing: there
have-
are some boss meatballs. It's just breadsticks.
Listen, I understand losing this one. I do.
all right.
I have an obsession with meatballs. That's why I make them all the fucking time.
It's
You guys eat them all the time, but that's
Very
because they're
true.
probably not offering you breadsticks.
In fairness, it'd be a
It's
lot
very
harder.
true.
And in fairness, it'd be a lot harder if you're like, I'm making breadsticks.
Right,
I'd
you're
be
like,
like, oh,
here,
okay.
guys, I'm gonna make some
you're
breadsticks tonight or
You're
meatballs
gonna
tonight.
roll your dough.
Right.
You're gonna figure that out. You better season that right.
It's breadsticks, man. I gotta go breadsticks.
Breadsticks are a lot harder to make at home from scratch, for sure.
Well, Fazoli's don't make them from scratch either. They're coming in a bag. And then
No,
they're just
I-
glazing with butter and garlic.
I know, but I'm saying, can you imagine trying? Like if someone said,
You know what? When you come over next week, I'll make you guys some fucking breadsticks. We'll see where we're at.
that'd be hard to make, man.
Oh, we'll see what you say about them.
Chips and salsa versus.
You're like, I'm gonna make them disgusting since you made them lose the meatballs. These gonna be horrible.
You fucking
breadsticks.
idiot! You ate my meatballs.
It's like I can't even bite this, bro.
You're like, you wanted this. It's like charcoal.
I'll make sure they're fabulous. I will make sure they're fabulous.
like black as
We're out
night.
back, yeah, we're out back chainsawing in half.
This fucking the next autoplay.
Just game
Literally just
six.
a World Series game they're gonna play. Like what the fuck?
All right. Chips and salsa versus loaded fries. That's interesting. It's chips and salsa for me, actually,
Yeah, I
surprisingly.
didn't see that coming,
I'm not
dude.
that into loaded fries most of the time.
All right, when we say loaded fries, we're talking like the cheese
Yeah,
and
it's
the bacon,
cheese,
bacon,
bacon.
cheese, sour cream.
all that shit on there. Okay,
And fresh because I know
right? Because if they
Hold
get
up
soggy,
time.
if they get soggy as fuck, they're awful.
Yeah, we're not talking. It's been on your table for 10 minutes.
Okay.
it's being served.
If
it's
we're talking
loaded
that,
fries.
then I'm saying loaded fries.
Loaded fries.
Okay.
And that's fine. Like I think loaded fries is one of the most popular appetizers out there.
Yeah, it's kind of like nachos,
Yeah,
but just
yeah.
with fries.
It's the exact same as nachos.
Pretty
it's
much.
just fries instead of chips.
Yeah.
Honestly. Well, nachos is more diverse.
Yeah,
Because you'll do ground beef on nachos
beef and they got some
sometimes. Those
lettuce on
chicken
there,
ones.
tomato. Depends on where one wants.
Hopefully a good salsa on the side.
Curds versus pickles, bros.
It's curds.
It's curds.
Curds.
I like fried pickles, but it's not a heavy hitter for me.
Pub chips versus onion rings. So, to me, it's onion rings.
It's onion rings again.
Whether it's onion strings,
I was gonna go pub
minced
chips, man.
onion.
All right.
I mean, pub chips didn't beat cornbread for me. It wasn't beating onion rings.
Nicole's gonna pick pub chips on that.
Yeah, I
Because
do.
Nicole's very specific about the onion rings she likes.
See, my dad's.
I like them fucking all.
Pub chips, like I said, might run the gamut for my dad. That might be his number one.
Yeah, I like pub chips with a good sauce.
Garlic bread or buffalo chicken dip.
Well, you know what? I'm sure the different one. I'm probably gonna go buffalo chicken dip because man, good buffalo chicken dip will
I'm
set your
gonna
whole
go
day.
garlic bread.
Now, are you saying like the buffalo chicken dip? This is like homemade shit, or like you bought this?
No, it's gonna be either homemade at a party or you bought it at a restaurant. Like it's.
Oh, God, man, garlic bread is so fucking
When
good.
when you do these appetizers, I'm not thinking like you just bought it.
I can't
from,
believe you
like,
said that, man. You
the
love fucking
refrigerator
garlic bread.
section.
You
I
like
do.
make this shit,
But I have
boss.
to make it.
With the compound butter and shit.
And a special garlic salt. Yeah, it's probably garlic bread.
I gotta go garlic bread, man. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm just trying to be what is it when you're trying to go opposite of the
Contrarian.
contrarian? Yeah.
It's boom boom shrimp. Do we even need to talk about this one?
Yeah, spanakopita is out.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
Boom boom shrimp's good, man.
Yeah,
It's
got that,
so
like-
good
got like
that it's so good that they've started making like boom boom chicken and stuff places because they're like, this sauce is amazing.
If it turns
And
out you
some
make a
people
good
don't
sweet
like
Thai chili
seafood.
with a mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, people are like, some people don't like seafood, so we're just gonna make this exact same thing with chicken because it's gonna sell.
I bet you Michael Jordan doesn't miss this.
Oh my god.
That was for the game. 117 to
Yeah,
118.
they'd have been down 12.
I feel like this one's gonna be no question.
It's like the most
Not-
the most ridiculous answer to that ever.
Nachos
It's
versus
not- it's
fried
nachos.
mushrooms.
Wait,
Oh, you guys were so adamant on the mushrooms.
well,
last
that's
round.
because it was
green
good- yeah, it was
beans.
good something else, man.
First off, a fried green bean is good with a good range.
They're okay, but like nachos is another.
Anything's good with a good house
Nachos
ranch.
is another heavy hitter.
Sure,
To
fair
me,
enough.
nachos is like wings. Nachos is like a Final Four contender.
Yeah,
for
I feel
sure.
like
Just,
it's-
without looking at the rest of the bracket.
Right? What if this shit comes down like wings versus nachos? Like,
It could be.
It could. All right, fried shrimp versus piggies in a blankie.
I'm gonna go fried shrimp.
Honestly, I
going
think
piggies in a
cocktail
blanket.
shrimp. Yeah, I go
I'm going piggies
cocktail
in a
shrimp over
blanket.
breaded shrimp as an appetizer. Fried shrimp to me is more of my meal.
Okay, so you're going pigs in a blanket.
Piggies.
Piggies in a
See,
blanket.
I like pigs in a blanket, but my thing is I'm particular. Like
If I'm serving it at a Super Bowl party,
see, my pigs in a blanket, and this I'm really particular. I love the ones that like my grandma used to make. They're sausage that's cut up instead of like it's not a hot dog, it's sausage, and then you put it in the croissant roll thing, and then there's oregano in it. It's so good. But then I grew up with that, and it was so good. Then I went to someone's house that just did like a croissant with like a hot dog and like no spice, and I was like, this is not as good. Like,
yeah.
it's hard when someone elevates a
Real.
recipe and then you go to the non-elevated version and you're like, what is this? Like a hot dog is not a sausage, and
Right.
oregano is
when
better
you're used
than.
to something and then you get something else, you're I get
I
it.
was like, this is bland in comparison. Like, all right, charcuterie or potato skins? It's charcuterie. for
I
me
was
again.
gonna say
Charcuterie.
Yeah.
Charcuterie is really good. I like me some cheese.
I feel like it's because like we're in control of what goes on there. You know.
yeah.
and if there's an assortment of crackers,
But I mean,
yeah.
real.
even if you're not, like, if you go to a restaurant, like, I'll take a charcuterie board, you know there's gonna be like 4 or 5 cheeses.
That's what I mean. I
Like,
mean,
it's
I
got
love
3
cheese.
meats.
I love meat and cheese.
whether it's a
man.
ham,
Oh.
a pepperoni, and a salami.
I mean, the worst case scenario is it's just like the worst case scenario to me is they bring out pepperoni, salami, and ham or prosciutto. Like that's worst case scenario.
Oh, man, don't hit me. Prosciutto, boy, howdy. I could eat a.
No, I love that, but I'm saying that's like worst case scenario. Best case scenario, they bring you out like prosciutto, like hot sopressata, and like they
Oh,
bring you like,
sopressata,
you know what I'm saying?
good
They bring best case scenario, they bring you some stuff like a spicy sopressata. I mean, that's some good stuff.
Especially a good salt cracker to really kick down the heat. So there's a hint.
And again, worst case scenario, it's like white cheddar and
Yeah, even a
Gouda
Lunchable
and
is
Havarti.
a
Yeah,
Lunchable is
exactly. Like that's worst case. That's why we like charcuterie boards. We grew up on Lunchables,
Yep,
Pretty much.
probably.
so we're like, it's like an adult Lunchable.
It's a fancy Lunchable.
Next,
Biscuits and pretzels. I mean, I gotta go pretzel.
I'm
Here.
pretzel.
We're talking like with the cheese, man.
It's pretzel. I mean, it's going to be with cheese. Have you ever got a pretzel at a restaurant and then not have some sort of cheese?
No.
Mustard, I guess, is the only other thing that they'd bring
You
up.
know,
if it's a pretzel and only a mustard, I'm
Dude,
probably not getting it.
I'm mad.
Everyone's like, they have to
that
see
happens-
cheese dip
when
with
they
it.
bring that, I'm mad.
Yeah.
Like when they bring the hot
Don't
mustard,
fucking bother.
I'm like, don't bring that out. Like, don't let it look at my pretzel. I'll eat the pretzel, but don't even bring me the mustard.
You know what? Fuck you guys.
For real.
All right, spinach archer dip or crab rangoon? Crab rangoon. Rangoony for me.
Rangoons to me.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Every Chinese restaurant, no matter how cheap, no matter how many I get, and I'm eating the fuck out of it.
Let's be honest, like fucking Americans, we love everything fried.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just fucking fry it and give me a sauce with it, and it's fine.
All right, super toasted ravioli.
Well, with the variations,
Because yeah, we're talking
it's
all
got to be
soups.
a soup, man.
Oh man, I love me a good.
Because I've had some really bad toasted raviolis.
I'm gonna go soup.
But even if I pick a soup I like and they don't do it well, I like the flavors involved.
Dude, like, you know, what's your favorite restaurants? Like, not specific.
Applebee's French onion.
I would say, like, French onion is your favorite soup. Like,
Yeah, because
style
when it's
soup.
if it goes to a place that I know I like it, like Applebee's
Mine's black bean.
Mine is Farlow's.
toasted ravioli. You're
Mine
fucking
is
black bean.
Farlow's clam chowder.
I love clam
I like
chowder.
tomato.
Fucking best clam
like
chowder.
tomato.
And then, you
tomato
can put
basil.
bread back in that list too, because I'm just gonna dip it and just eat it like a fucking
dude.
dip.
I know,
Like
I love
tomato
fucking cream
basil
soups,
is
man.
fantastic too.
Who?
Tomato basil soup. I
Yes,
love that.
tomato basil, indeed.
French onion soup from the Belgian Monk. Fantastic.
Is that a restaurant?
Yeah, it's in Punta Gorda. They have French onion soup. It's so good, man.
Touche.
You gotta try it sometime if you're ever in Punta Gorda. On a day that they're open. I don't. It's a weird place. They have oh, they have some weird stuff. It's good though. It's Belgian.
I also
food.
make chicken noodle soup probably 6 times a year.
Well, maybe if we go on St. Patty's, maybe they'll
Is that
be
why you
open.
asked about 317?
Yeah,
Totally forgot.
that's why I texted. You said why? I said green beer, Irish car bombs.
You didn't text
Bars.
that back.
Yes, I did
Maybe
too.
it's your Android. It's your Android. I didn't get it.
That's fine.
I said refresh my memory.
Oh yeah, and then I sent that,
I didn't get it.
or it's still in the sent thing. Well, no. Let me see if I sent it and you didn't get it or not.
Fucking Android.
Yeah, no, I sent it. I put green beer, car bombs, Punta Gorda bars. Anyway, jalapeno poppers or shrimp cocktail.
I'm gonna say poppers because I like spicy.
You know what? You're right. You did to that.
But
Poppers for me as well.
I'm
well-
going cocktail.
well,
actually.
I said but.
Here's the thing. I think that he's just continuing on his theme if he's scared of restaurants.
I want the real thing. A real popper wins. Shrimp cocktail doesn't beat a popper, but it might. What do you dip in a shrimp jalapeno popper dip? What are you dipping it in? Pita? Are you dipping a cracker?
Oh, those are jalapeno poppers. These aren't popper dip.
I wrote dip.
Oh, that's not what I meant to write.
Okay, so
I
to
didn't
me,
see dip on there. If
Yeah,
I knew
no,
it was
no,
dip,
it's just-
I
it's
would've
just-
picked it.
listen
No,
here.
it's
Where's
just-
your picture?
They're just jalapeno poppers, man. I was like, I didn't mean to write dip. If I wrote dip, it's Bethany's fault.
Nah, I had to check. You might have thrown off my whole fucking rhythm.
I mean, it doesn't matter. It's ran the game.
See, it's number 15.
I wrote dip then crossed it out. That's what happened. So that's probably why you still saw it through my cross out.
Yeah, probably.
I crossed out and wrote an S. It's number 4 on here.
Ah, yeah.
I wrote dip cross out because I wrote it because Bethany eats jalapeno popper dip from Publix all the time. So I just naturally wrote that and was like, no, poppers. Yeah, it's a jalapeno popper.
That beats shrimp cocktail for me, probably. Because I smoke them a lot.
All right.
All right. Egg rolls or pizza rolls? Which roll you want?
Egg rolls.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can say no.
No. Egg roll.
So what are we at? Sweet 16?
Yep. Sweet 16 has been decided.
Well, I have to pee. I'm about to.
Okay, we'll take a break.
I'm up to my eyeballs.
Take a break here.
Hold on. Yeah, you go ahead and mute us. Take a break just for. It's gonna be a short one, just because I gotta take a leak so bad.
In your arms, it's where I wanna be. 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 It's my head, it's my pillow. When I'm tied to the world, I am thinking of a girl I left back home. And my mind just keeps wondering, what am I out here for? While I'm leaving her behind out on the road. I see it, I feel it. I've got aches and pains that medicine can't cure. But baby, when you hold me in your arms, it's where I wanna be. Can you hear me calling your name? I need you by my side when I'm alone. With a lonely sigh, I look to my future with you. When I finally come home, and I see it, and I feel it. I've got aches and pains that medicine can't cure. But baby, when you hold me in your arms, it's where I wanna be. It's where I wanna be.
Well. Let's finish this bad boy right now. Because why not? All right, back to the northwest part of the bracket. Number 1, Wings. Number 49, Bloomin' Onion Blossom.
Shit.
Mm.
I feel like now it's getting a little, you know.
Now it's a real emotional.
Right, you gotta think about it for a minute.
Still have to go Wings, I think, because the amount of times I stop on the way home and pick up a 20-pack of wings just to have a few bites.
Again, just because there's so many options, so many different.
And I know Zach is really conflicted.
With his ketchup.
Exactly.
Because a bloomin' onion is a pure appetizer and less of a meal, he's probably really battling himself right now.
It's onion blossom for me.
Shit.
Just because my personal preference, I like to munch on an appetizer. In wings, you can, but I eat them too fast. Especially if I get two. Like, if that's the system. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I'm done.
I'll wait another 15 minutes for my meal.
Especially if they're boneless and I get two. I'm like, that's going to take
Well,
2
that's
seconds.
a chicken nugget.
I gotta go wings, man.
All right.
It's just,
No, it's a heavy hitter for a reason.
yeah.
Ooh, this is breadsticks versus loaded fries.
And these are good loaded fries we talked about. This is like, shit.
But you can also think the other way. Could be a bad breadstick. Could be a bad loaded fry. Overall, in the grand scheme, breadstick versus fry.
Breadstick for me.
I gotta go breadstick.
I'll go breadstick.
Yeah.
That's fair. Sweep.
Curds and O-rings, man.
Curds. That's curds pretty easy.
I'll go O-rings just to make it hard for Dave.
Damn you guys. Fuck, I gotta start saying first.
Yeah. Why don't you pick Big Bang Theory and
Shut up.
The Office while you're at it?
I gotta go curds only because, you know, I like cheese better than onions, I guess.
Yeah, because it fucks you up the next day, right?
Pretty much. Garlic bread versus boom boom.
Well, garlic breads all the time. I'm going garlic bread.
Garlic bread.
There you go, Dave. You didn't have to
I didn't
pick.
have to say anything. Nice.
All right, nachos or pigs and plate? Nachos.
Nachos.
Yeah, hands down.
Nachos had an easy path so far.
For real. And then charcuterie versus pretzel. Charcuterie for me.
Yep.
Charcuterie as well.
What an unsung hero.
I was gonna say, I
charcuterie is.
didn't realize I was gonna go this far, to be honest with you.
Crab rangoon or soup?
God.
Rangoons for me.
Rangoon.
Okay.
Poppers versus egg rolls. Ooh.
Shit.
Poppers for me.
Shit.
Egg rolls. Yeah.
Shit. You know, if I say egg roll here, it's gonna go up against crab raccoon.
It's gonna be battle shake now.
Battle of Asia.
I gotta go popper, man. I like jalapeno better.
All right. Poppers advance. Much to my surprise.
All right. Oh god.
Wings versus breadsticks.
Oh shit.
Maybe it's because I haven't had enough good breadsticks lately. I'm going wings.
Maybe it's because we eat so much wings more than breadsticks.
Quantity over
I think we're all
quality.
thinking like when you go out and you have breadsticks,
Not
we're all
much
thinking
better.
of that breadstick.
Not many things better. All right. I'm going wings. Feel free to be going against my home. Home field advantage doesn't exist in this house.
I gotta go wings. Fuck.
So I don't have to make a decision. That makes me.
What were you gonna say?
I don't know.
Curds versus garlic bread.
Curds for me.
Garlic bread for me. Oh, man. Because I've had so much bad garlic bread, or bad cheese curds. And I'm from where it's the best. And down here, it's not the best. And I make garlic bread so much. I'm going garlic bread. Old GB.
Yeah, I'll go garlic bread.
What'd you say?
Garlic bread.
Garlic bread advances.
Shit. Now this one.
Nachos versus charcuterie.
So was garlic bread or curds?
Garlic bread.
It's nachos for me. It's cheese, but it's melted. That's not my.
Yeah, I love a nice big ass charcuterie, man. You can put whatever you want on it. I gotta go charcuterie, man. I got it.
I'm going nachos.
Yeah, okay.
Fresh ground beef covered in melty cheese and then topped with jalapeno
That's
cheddar
fine,
cheese.
too.
Crab Rangoon versus Poppers.
Rangoon for me.
Rangoon.
Popper, okay.
It's just funny that you were about to say Poppers and you're like, and it doesn't.
I'm gonna send
it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna send a picture to Nicole. Like, whoa.
I would never thought Ragoon would made it to the fucking final.
Final four.
So I'm not gonna send. I'm not gonna let her see. Or clearly she's not a fan. She's never listened to an episode. She's never upvoted nothing. She just uses me.
All right, wings or garlic bread?
Wings.
I'm going wings as well. And I'm going to go nachos on the other side.
Nachos.
So no
Going
surprises.
crab rangoon.
Nope.
Doesn't matter, I guess.
So wings, nachos in the finals. Not a soccer. Those are both heavy hitters that...
Like staples. That's like staples of appetizers, man. If you think about it, it's like two classic. Almost every restaurant has these two.
Well, I'll go first. I'm going nachos. Because I use wings as a meal so much.
Nachos. Again, like wings, I voted against a couple different times. I voted nachos the whole way. And it just goes down to, for me, like, I like to munch on an appetizer. Nachos is such a good...
Same as how we're literally just eating like a Mike and Ike.
You know what's funny? It's
Nachos
like,
is such a good one.
The winners are literally the top two pillars.
Yeah, they're both 1 seeds in his thing that... Well, actually, nachos supposedly was a 62 seed.
Yeah. Wontons is actually the top seed.
The third worst seed warms your heart.
A true Cinderella.
It was not a Cinderella. Nachos is at every restaurant that exists, basically.
It's really true. I mean,
Nachos wins.
God, a good garbage can nacho, man. You put
So
everything
where
on
are we
that.
at? Nachos, forgetting Sir Marshall Friends, our 3 bracket winners.
What?
We have nachos, forgetting Sir Marshall and Friends are our 3 bracket winners thus far.
Thus far. Nachos, forgetting Sarah Marshall, and friends.
I'm okay with all those things.
Not bad end.
We're so basic.
Yeah. That's what happens when you have a group. Like I said, if we individually did this, nachos wouldn't have won for me individually, probably. I don't know what would have, but in my head, nachos isn't my favorite.
Right. My head, wings are the best, but you know, I'm thinking appetizer, not meal.
Onion Blossom might have won for me. Just
I eat one like every other year.
That's what I'm saying. I don't eat a whole bunch of that. I eat wings like all the fucking time.
I do too, but wings are often a meal for me. It's where it's hard for them being an appetizer list.
That's why I struggle with picking it as the appetizer. Because even places, when me and Nicole go, we get 2 appetizers and a meal apiece. So we eat appetizers and get meals to go. Wings are never on the appetizer list. It'll be bang bang shrimp and some sort of something dippy.
Like nachos.
And then we're ordering a meal, which is going to be like a steak or a burger.
It's funny because I didn't want it to be too repetitive when I made this list, but I felt like chips and salsa and chips and queso were different. And I felt like nachos was different. Like I couldn't just put chips and dip. Like that's too vague. When there are too many restaurants that literally offer all those things. Because you could have really simplified it and made it impossible. Bread.
I think we nailed it.
Yeah, that was a good one. Good fun. Good fun.
So we're gonna do it next week, and then a week off because we're going on the cruise.
Okay.
I mean, unless you guys want to try to run this without me.
No, it's okay. We
Good
can
luck.
off. I don't have the technical ability for that nonsense.
All right, guys. It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. see you guys next week. We'll probably, well, I'm sure we're going to do another bracket. We'll figure it out. Take it easy.
I've been drinking Kool-Aid jammers like I did when I was 9. Cause I like to pretend that I haven't lost the time. In the end, the nostalgia, though it tastes fine, I can only drink a couple cause it feels like a lie. We play Halo and we'd lay low in our basement until the sun began to rise. We would go to school but not learn too much cause it's hard to read when you've got tired eyes. Still got my friends, they've been with me for some time, and it's nice to know that they still by my side.